Hey, folks, welcome to a special live stream where we're going to be doing the Spider-Man tier ranking. It's going to be live action versions and also theatrical versions. I kind of mixed it all up. So we've got Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse. So we're going to go through all that. Got a pretty good panel lined up. We're waiting for a few more guys to show up. So before we get into it, I want to let everybody know what is going on. So this Friday, tomorrow, we are back with Fantastic Four. 2 issues, plus we'll look at some other stuff. There's a what if the Fantastic Four didn't get their powers. That's kind of interesting. 250, you were continuing the fight with Gladiator. Gladiator last week basically showed up and just kicked the shit out of everybody. So he thought he was fighting Skrulls, but he was fighting the good guys. So we're going to see the aftermath of that. And then Monday, oh my God, yes, Monday, finally, Secret Wars. This is going to be a special 2-part stream. So Monday will be part 1 covering Secret Wars. It'll do the first 6 issues of Secret Wars. And then Friday will be part 2, finishing off Secret Wars. So there won't be an Avengers or a Fantastic Friday next week. It'll be Secret Wars week. The reason I'm doing Secret Wars is that all of the issues that we've been reading are slowly tying in. They're slowly tying into Secret Wars. So instead of saying, see Secret Wars, we thought we'll just do Secret Wars, and that'll make it a lot easier for us down the road. Tuesday night television, we're going to be talking about John Carpenter's The Fog. One of my favorites. I hesitate to say the word underrated because everyone loves this movie, but maybe underappreciated or underrepresented maybe is a better word for it. It's hard. It's not underrated. Everyone loves this movie. It's just that nobody's really talking about it. Maybe because there wasn't, like so many. There wasn't sequels. There was like a remake or something, which like I think everyone panned that one. But we're going to be talking about it on Peach Channel, Wrestling with Horror, so make sure you're there for Wrestling with Horror. Wednesday, you guys have been waiting for the return of G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, issues 53 to 56. These are banger issues, guys. Make sure you're there for that. Looking forward to talking about these. We've been away for a while, so make sure you're there for G.I. Joe. Okay, I want to say a big thank you to the Super Friends. I want to thank all the Super Friends. These are the channel members. We thank them at the beginning of every live stream. And I also want to mention our good friend Clobberin Times, who passed away. We used to stream together, and he has a great channel. His channel is still up right now. You can watch all the archived footage. And we miss him, and so we always shout him out at the beginning of every live stream. Some people put a CT in the chat to honor his memory, so you can do that if you want to, if you knew him. Right now on the Super Friends Drive, there is Doom 2099, the complete omnibus, which also includes Fantastic Four, every issue of The Walking Dead in the black and white version, and a couple of other things, which I've actually forgotten what else is on there. But if you want to become a Super Friend, it's a channel membership. You can hit the join button. It's super cheap. It's the cheapest you can make it on YouTube. So there you go. All right. Let's bring in some of my panel here so we can start her up. I'm going to bring in Steve from Comix Asylum.
You ever play roulette? Always bet on black.
Hey. Steve. All right, let me get the comments. We can see the comments on screen. I always forget to do this. All right. There you go. Oh, you're a little soft.
It's this mic. I'm going to have to get a new mic. Better?
Yeah, it's better, yes. Okay, let's bring in, I'll bring in John.
Yo.
Hey, John.
What's up, John? Oh, love the hoodie.
Yeah. I figured I'd go Venom. I had Spider-Man t-shirt last time, so I was like, I'll do Venom this time, even though, he's kind of
Yeah,
he's Venom is, I mean, he's part of the Spider-Man universe, despite what Sony wants you to think. No. And we're not going to be ranking those movies. This is going to be Spider-Man movies. All right, let's bring in Steven. Hey, Steve.
Heidi ho.
Steven.
Hey.
Hey, Steve.
All right, we got a couple more guys that might join us. So they did tell me that they were going to be late. So we'll say hi to everybody in the chat and give them a minute to come back. So RR was here first, puts a CT to honor Clobby. Thank you. Really thinking hard about this. I'm going to say Raimi trilogy wins. Now, you don't like Spider-Man 2, so that's a big mistake. But we'll address that.
That's a hot take. That's a hot take.
That cannot get hotter if you went Nova with Johnny Storm on that. But we are going to talk about that. I did put a poll up. So the poll only gives you 4 options. So the way I did it was who has the best Spider-Man move, and you can do it by actor. So did Toby have the best one? Did Tom have the best one? Did Andrew have the best one? Which nobody's going to pick. I'm sure. I'm not saying how the actor was.
No.
That we will discuss during the ranking. I'm not saying the actor is this or that. We're just talking about the movie itself, the total package. Quagnar, one of our super friends, is here. Hey, Quagnar. And Quagnar always puts great stuff on the drive. He put, I think, is Marvel Superheroes still there? Thor? Is the Thor stuff still there? Let me take a look. Super Friends. What's going on here? Yeah. Okay, so we got Walking Dead. Oh, Secret Wars Omnibus, Doom Omnibus, and classic crossovers with Marvel and DC. That's all on there. And Marvel Superheroes Thor. That's the old cartoon of Thor. So that's on there. So thank you, Quagnar. Appreciate that. Could not be reached for the comment. Yo, Joe. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for being here, buddy. We've been doing Secret Wars 2. Yeah, why not? Beyonder in his disco outfit or whatever it is. Listen, he's got to wear something. Why not?
Fire for sure.
Why not wear disco? If you can be disco, then you can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with the disco outfit. So 1 second here. One second. All right, so here's your list. Okay, hey Joe, Just Joe. Okay, so let me see here. Spider-Man 2 is 1. Okay, so Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 1, and you're done. Okay. You are done. That was easy. Or is it you put Namor? I have Namor, but I'm going to check your version of Namor. Maybe yours will be a better copy. So my one of my panelists is just as he said he's going to just be a few minutes. He said around 7:15, so we'll get into that in a second. But the comments won't cover it. Before we even do anything, we're going to do the typical talk about Spider-Man. But I only put 5 rankings, so we're going to do a tier ranking. We're not going to necessarily pick the best Spider-Man movie. We're just going to put them in their sections. I didn't know what to name the section, so we can rename these. I just put just to have something. I put amazing, spectacular, web of, meh, and garbage. Do you guys want to change? I mean, amazing can stay at the top. Should spectacular be the second category?
Yeah.
What about the middle category?
Yeah.
Should we call it something else? Like,
if you want to go with the naming convention of the comics, you could change garbage with Clone Saga.
or wait, no. Better yet, you could change garbage to Madam Web. You could put Madam Web.
That's funny.
True. Madam Web. That's not a bad idea.
We should. You know what? We should add Madam Web.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, please. Oh, well, because we all know where that's going. It's like,
I know, but
meh is Madam Web. So you can leave meh.
There you go.
As the second last one.
Okay, so wait a minute. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. We gotta get to that. Hold on a second. Hold on. Blake's here as well. Let's get Blake in here. So we're gonna give Blake. I always give. He's still new, so I can't make fun of him just yet. So we're not going to go to the making fun of him. Once we're going to use my Conan, which is my favorite movie of all time. And is that one of the most epic scenes where they thought he was dead, and then he's like, you, like, that has to be one of the best scenes ever. And they're just like, and they know they're fucked. They're like, oh shit, we thought this guy was dead. It's like, but he's not dead. All right, so we're gonna give him the Conan intro. And then once you're on enough times, you're going to get the Macho Man intro, which is the really good one. All right. Where's my Conan? Here we go. You.
What's up, everybody?
What's up,
How we
Blake?
doing?
So you haven't missed anything. We're trying to figure out what our tier, what we're going to call the tiers. So I started using the comic book names based on the best comic books to the weakest, but then I ran out. So there's amazing. So top tier would be amazing, then spectacular. You guys are good with those two? Amazing, spectacular.
Sounds good to me.
And then I put web of, which I didn't. I don't know what else to put. What else can I put? Hey Phil, how's it going? Do CT? Thank you, man. Garbage should be one more day.
One more day.
Oh, one more day. Yeah, sorry.
That could also be there.
RR. I know you don't like Spider-Man 2. We're gonna beat you up in just give us a few minutes, and then I think this might be a 5-on-1 tag match. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't watch Blake's stuff.
That's a wild comment. Let's skip through that.
RR is one of my best guys. He's been with me since like the dawn of time on this channel. So we always, I do this for every comment. I always make sure that everyone gets their chance, but he does throw in one or two hot takes every so often. It's not as that often. He'll throw a few in. This is the hottest take of all hottest takes. Like this is Johnny Storm, full Nova, taking out Galactus. this is like, see, we're gonna read all of that in just a second. Okay. And Joe, what do you think? Put Amazing Spider-Man. No, okay, hold on a second. You know, listen, I knew this was going to happen. You're getting ahead of us. Give me 1 second here. All right.
I'm already having facial reactions. To
we're already getting Blake's already having. He's going to have an aneurysm. Give him a second to.
We're
get
going to be
adjusted.
fighting tonight. I can feel it.
Okay, so Webb, do you think that's okay for the second one? And then Matt. Oh yeah, I wanted to put this in. That's what I wanted to. Let me add something. Sorry, let me add one
Maybe
more.
Madam Web could be a category.
Yes, I put it in there. I'm putting.
You did?
There's Adam Webb. So you want to put? What did you guys say, Madam?
No. Steve said Madam Web.
Oh, Madam Web.
Madam. Yeah.
You guys read my mind. That's exactly what I was
saying.
But it can't be the second to the worst. I mean, that's.
Yeah, that's no.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Okay, I'll put Matt. No, How about man, then Madam, and then Madam?
No, just put Madam Web then.
All right. Madam. How do we spell Madam Web? All right. There we go. Okay.
There you go.
All right. So we can just put that there, right there.
Yeah.
All right. So before we do that, with everybody here, just really quickly, just your Spider-Man feel. So I'll go first. So Spider-Man been with me my whole life. As a little kid, comics, cartoons. Everybody knows if you're a kid, especially my age, your favorite characters were most likely Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Hulk, Spider-Man, maybe Captain America. The reason, the live action Spider-Man show, the live action Red Brown, the Hulk show, right? Then you've got cartoons, not Cap cartoons, but the Hulk cartoon. Dun, 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 dun. I can see you guys shaking your head. You have that cartoon. Spider-Man His Amazing Friends, the solo Spider-Man cartoon, of course, the 66 Spider-Man cartoon, which I did meet the voice actor of and got a picture with him before he passed away. Good job, me. And you know the Spider-Man song. I've got a Spider-Man tattoo somewhere yet right there. So love Spider-Man. Relatable because of the look. I know some people pretend that they were reading comics and getting into the story of Spider-Man, which is a lie. You're a kid. You didn't read shit. You looked at the pictures and you thought Spider-Man looked cool. In my opinion, he is the number one best designed superhero character. Steve has mentioned many times the silhouette. It's like you can tell he's always in a weird kind of a pose. There's always movement. He's in a full mask, which means that any kid can look at that and imagine themselves in a mask. They can buy masks. They can dress up as Spider-Man. They can go and pretend. I had the little parachute man Spider-Man that I would always play with and make the noise. Remember the parachute man? They're awful. They're absolutely awful. They're $1. I don't know how many I've broken. I'd break them, and my grandfather would go buy me another one because my grandfather was the top best human being on planet Earth. He would buy me anything. I'd be like, I broke it. He's like, let's go get another one. So love Spider-Man. Of course, Superman's my favorite superhero, but Spider-Man is definitely top. So I've watched and own everything there is to own and watch for Spider-Man. There's a couple of cartoons I don't own because they didn't bring them out yet, but I've got bootlegs of what I don't own. So I love Spider-Man. I've not read every comic. So far, we've been going through. We did Legion of Superheroes, 300 issues of Legion of Superheroes. The first 300 appearances. I mean, we're doing Avengers. We're 250 Avengers issues, starting from 1, Fantastic Four. What other ones have we done, Steve? I don't know. I like G.I. Joe. We're on issue 50 something of G.I. Joe. Yeah. I've done Frank Miller's Daredevil run live. These are just the ones I've done live. Never mind my personal reading. Spider-Man I always go back to. Oh, this came in today. I'm going to make myself big because I don't have to see all the jealous faces. So I'm just going to make myself big. I'm going to see all the jealousies there. I'm going to look for Steve's jealousy, but he might own this one. If you do that, I think you might own this one.
He's giving you the finger right now. He just
probably not.
No, this came in today.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
You got it, right, Steve?
Yeah, bought off the rack.
Yeah. Oh, off the rack. That's it. I got to go. I've been shamed on my own.
Spinner rack. Yeah,
I've been shamed on my own stream or whatever.
Drop my 60 cents for that.
Right. That is 60 cents. That's not what I paid.
Yeah.
That is the first Hobgoblin appearance. So thank you. It's very, very happy. But anyway, so love Spider-Man. So I'll go to Steven at the bottom. So Steven, I know you're a Spider-Man guy. What issue are you on now? Starting from, you started over again, and what number are you on?
I'm on Amazing Spider-Man number 407.
And are you doing the spectaculars and web ofs when they cross?
I'm doing, like, the Clone Saga, I'm doing it all, man. I literally went on and I'm doing it all. Every single frigging, anything to do with Clone Saga, I'm doing. I'm on.
So you did right now. So you did Amazing Fantasy 15, jump to Amazing Spider-Man 1, and you're on 400 something.
407. Right, and I literally, like, as I've been going on, Clone Saga, Spectacular, Web of, whatever the hell, like.
Oh, so you are doing that's what I'm saying. So you're doing those two? Oh, nice.
I am doing everything. No one can sit there and say, "Oh, you skipped over the Clone Saga." No, I went through the entire thing. I have the psychiatrist bills to prove it.
Listen, you know what? Is there going to be Clone Wars or Clone Saga hate on here? I'm gonna have to like.
There better be.
You guys are such.
I'm telling you, man.
Okay, listen.
Like Peter Parker going away and Ben Reilly just being the Scarlet Spider, and that's the only thing we have is sort of soul sucking. I won't.
Okay, I'm gonna go get my Ben Reilly hat to troll everybody on here. Now I don't want to hear any listen. If I hear any positive reaction to those those Into the Spider-Verse movies, I'm gonna get angry because this is where because it's like everyone hates the clones. But then everyone likes those movies, which is literally only existing because of the clones. So if you don't like the clones...
I can bring my daughter, who's right here. She'd tell you she loves those movies.
Yeah, but she's a little kid who just watched the movie. She wasn't around in 19...
I love those movies. But
okay, in 1990, were you walking around saying the Clone Saga is trash? And then in 2000, were you saying the Clone Saga is trash? And then in 2010 and 2020 and then 2025, and then like the movies? That's the problem. Okay, Steven... What are you love Spider-Man? Is he your favorite character? Or Batman?
It's so tough. It's literally a vortex between Hulk, Batman, and Spider-Man, and I love all three of them for very different reasons.
Okay. Yeah.
I will say that Spider-Man is the most normal of the three, and that's why I really like him. Is he's just your neighborhood Spider-Man. He's the average Joe superhero. And I love that part of him. So yeah, any given day, I will change my answer between those three, but it is literally those three. I almost can't rank them because it's a day by day thing.
Right. Well, Batman is also, I mean, for me, it's Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman as my top three, but then after that, we'd have like Cyclops. I really like Spider-Man, Hulk. Who else do I have tattooed on me? Jean Grey, Hawkeye, I like as well. Daredevil's pretty good. Wolverine. So like Iron Man, probably Iron Man's like top 5. I'm trying to complete volume 1 of Iron Man. I'm more than, guys, I'm not that far from completing every Iron Man comic, like from not every, but the real ones with volume 1. It's like 380 or something. I've almost got them all, including I do have Iron Man number 1. Okay, so yeah, you love Spider-Man. Blake, I'll go last with you because you're John. So John, you and I don't really. We're like we're the action guy. We talk about action movies, GI Joe and Transformers stuff. So Spider-Man, are you a big Spider-Man guy, or because I know Punisher is kind of your guy? Is Spider-Man up there, or?
Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, like I'm an action guy, but I'm a comic book guy too. I was collecting comic books when I was in my single digits. So
is Spider-Man? Does he rank in your like top 5 superheroes, or?
I mean, I don't want to be like say no, but I love him. I mean, but I like in terms of breaking him, I
that's fine.
Really
Yeah.
But here's the thing: like I was born in '72, so like when I was growing up in elementary and going into elementary school and stuff like that, they were playing the original animated Spider-Man series on television. So I had that, and then '77, you had Nicholas Hammond doing it live action. Which, if you watch it now, you're just, I mean, most people will just like balk at it, but I mean,
well, I'll beat them up.
No,
look. I love it.
Listen, love it. I was just like, and then I was like the guy watching the Electric Company because Spider-Man was on there, and I'm like, I was waiting for him to pop up, and even though he didn't really do anything,
he didn't do anything. We're not doing Electric Company. Someone asked me already. We're not doing Electric Companies because that's not a thing. He's only in it for a second. It's like thought bubbles or whatever, right? So no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I can say top 10. I mean,
okay, yeah, that's fair. So you like Spider-Man? You okay?
I love Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man.
You love Spider. Okay, you love Spider-Man.
Yes. Yep.
All right. Okay. Steve, I know Spider-Man's your number one boy, so you're gonna have the hottest takes. I feel of all because you're gonna go right for the deep. You're gonna go for the deep. I can already tell because we talked. I can already see you're already angry at something, and nothing's happened. Okay.
No, I'm chill.
All right,
I'm gonna be Joe Chill for this.
All right, Joe Chill, the murderer.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be. Look, depending on when you come into the game, you're gonna like Spidey for different reasons.
Right.
If the Clone Saga is your introduction to Spidey, it's gonna be different than if you came into it in the '70s. So for me, I have loved Spidey from the start. The 66 cartoon, whatever it was, 67 cartoon.
Yeah.
Like that
67.
Yeah.
67. I think I said 66.
Even when it would go dun 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 in color.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
That would get you hyped, right?
Yeah.
And because of the time period that came out in, it actually kind of stoked my love of jazz music. Because the incidental music in those, especially the season 2 with the Ralph Bakshi directed ones, used a lot of almost like open source British jazz to this day.
Yeah, and all of Rocket Robin Hood's.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was basically Rocket Robin Hood's backgrounds or whatever. Which I mean, for Spider-Man, it's so weird. It's almost like it's like a different universe or something. It's
yeah.
That's the first Spider-Verse. You're watching. It's like, where's Spider-Man even webbing?
Yeah, no villains.
it's like he's on Alien Worlds or something. You're like, what is happening? Yeah,
and there's no villains in the second season and all that.
There's no villains. It's like yeah. Season 1's all the comic book stories.
Yeah, but like in terms of like my love of the character, I loved him from time. Even when I was a kid, I would like draw like comics of Spidey, like my versions. And I would read the Saturday morning the newspapers, and then the weekly strips with John Romita. And like when he fought Doctor Doom at the UN was great in the comic strip. And then the comics, the majority of my collection is Amazing Spider-Man and Spectacular Spider-Man and Web. And my earliest issue, I think, is 17, Amazing Spider-Man 17.
Wow. I've got the one where Scorpion's under the water because I always like Scorpion.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's like probably, but I didn't get that in my youth. I started with the first comic when I was younger. I may have Five Finger discounted a few times, and one of them was one of them was Spider. No, I think it's done. One of them was Spider-Man 318, which was Todd McFarlane.
Okay,
with Scorpion and Black Lash and all that. I did tell you guys that. Well, Steven knew this. I told you I had the licensing rights to the Spider-Man newspaper strip.
Yeah,
as soon as that piece of trash Disney came in and got Marvel, they're like, "Oh yeah, you don't have the licensing rights anymore." I was like, "But I made business cards and everything." I was just like, "Not too bad." I had them for like 2 years or something.
And I've read it every every day for 2 years, man.
Well, thank you, Steven. I'm glad somebody, I got the licensing rights and no one cared about it. So I was walking around saying, I've got the licensing rights to the Spider-Man newspaper strip from Stan Lee. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's cool. And now Spider-Man's super hot. I'm like, damn it. But of course they took it away from me. It was only $30 a month. It was literally $30 a month to have the rights. And that's Canadian dollars, which is like $22 American to have the rights to the Spider-Man strip. That's crazy.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So anyways, did you read them? Did we know each other? Oh, that's yeah. I was posting. Who'd we lose? We lost Steve. Okay, well, we're done with him anyways.
He's kicked off.
He's kicked off anyways. Okay. Steve has entered. Yeah, go ahead, Blake. What's your?
So for the people in the chat, I am not the comics guy. I am the TV and movies guy. So
that's why you're here.
It's going to be a lot different probably from everyone else. Half the comics they were mentioning, I either have a vague idea of or I've heard of them, but I haven't actually read them, or I have zero clue what they're talking about. So I'm sure that'll happen plenty throughout these debates. So my introduction, the oldest I can remember, is Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movie. I'm sure I watched some animated series or cartoons, but not like religiously to where I remember them. Batman's always been my favorite superhero. That's the one I have the most nostalgia for.
Respectable.
In terms of Spider-Man, he's grown on me more and more the older I get because of just how relatable he is. Like Steven said, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, he is the average Joe, like you said, who's gone through a lot of the same struggles or things that almost anyone can relate to. So he's probably easily my number 2 favorite. And being a guy that's more about the movies and TV, it's tough to not put him above Batman, but I do love Batman in the animated shows. The stuff that I do see from the comics and stuff like that, and just the aura of Batman. I'm still trying to be loyal to him, but there isn't that many Batman portrayals that I really love, and I feel like.
Did he freeze?
Oh, you froze.
He froze.
Give him a second to
That's
realign.
Gotham City froze.
Gotham City froze him. Batman's reach is long. Batman has a long reach.
He's very moody.
I think it's actually a good point because I think Spider-Man has usurped Batman with the latest success of this new movie.
Yeah.
I think Batman's days might be done as the number 1 box office draw for superheroes.
Oh, without a doubt. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think it's over.
It's insane what this what this is making. I just every day I wake up and I'm like floored. But not that I'm like, but it's like
there you go. He's back.
Am I back?
There he is.
Did my Wi-Fi cut out? I wasn't sure what was happening.
No, you're good. So
when did you last hear? I don't even know.
No, we heard. So basically, we want to be loyal to Batman, but there hasn't been as many Batman portrayals as
that I
like as
absolutely
Superman.
love in comparison of where the Spider-Man, even if all the Spider-Man movies aren't great, I think Tobey, Andrew, and Tom have all been really solid Spider-Man.
I agree with that.
So it makes it tough, but I'm still loyal to Batman as of right now.
Yeah, and I think so. We were just saying that I think with the crazy success of this particular movie, I think Batman has been usurped in the box office because when Batman 89, so you would have been too young perhaps for Batman 89. When Batman 89 came out, it was Bat friggin' mania. My mom saw Batman Returns, Batman Forever in the theater. Like she saw these movies in the theater. She did see the Tobey Maguire movies in the theater. So like everybody was gone. Like I dressed up. We did my friend. We took my friend's car, made it the Batmobile. We all had Batman shirts, hats. I've got a Batman watch from like 1982 that my grandfather got me. I still have it. It's it's awesome. So it's like Batmania was big, and Batman, that's the draw. Superman is my number 1 favorite hero, and he's the best. And Christopher Reeve is my personal hero. Hey, they sent me dog tags. I didn't even order them. They just said thank you because I have the recurring donation. I've been like recurring donating for 10 years or something every month or whatever. Because so it's like they sent me, and I've got so many dog tags. I don't know what to do with these anymore. But they sent me more. I was like, well, I thought they got rid of them. So that's cool. But anyways.
Well, you want to know what my first Batman was? It was George Clooney's Batman and Robin.
Let me tell you something.
I have the VHS and DVD to that.
Yeah, and I've got a VHS.
That was my first Batman.
So you know what's great though? Did you like that? Because
I loved it as a little kid. I didn't think that.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? Like
I still love it now.
I still have nostalgia for it, so I have a bias towards it. So I don't I don't hate it as much as most people do.
No, I don't have a bias towards it. I love it. I've got the limited edition 2 CD soundtrack, which is effing rare. I've got the theatrical poster, which I had in my room. I had it on VHS, and I knew it was bad. When I saw it, I was like, this is kind of crummy, but I kind of like it because Batman to me is the most versatile, more than Superman. Batman can be cheesy. I love Adam West big time. Yeah. Super love it. I love Batman is the most versatile character in comics. Sorry, Superman, I love you. You're my favorite, but Batman wins there. Spider-Man is pretty versatile. You can throw him in with aliens. You can throw him in the street level. He kind of works in every capacity. He's a very good character that way.
J-Man, you want to know why you're correct? Both of those heroes had their own team-up books. In the
same exact. Oh, dude! Oh, I'm so glad you mentioned that.
That's why.
Who are the team-up guys? Ben Grimm, Spider-Man. I was talking to my wife about this. She's like, "Well, how do you know the popularity?" I was like, "Ben Grimm team-up book. Can you imagine the Thing team-up book? Yeah. He was that popular." Our buddy Spider-Man, of course, Batman, Superman, and who's the fifth one? Was there a fifth team? I feel like there's a fifth team-up book.
Didn't Human Torch do more?
Human Torch had a few too.
Yeah.
Human Torch had a few.
But that's about it.
Okay. All right, let's get into it. DC Presents. I have Phil. I'm missing like maybe 8 issues, and I've got the entire run of that baby, the whole damn thing. And I've got a shit ton. But I've got the first Titans, and I've got the first Mongol, whatever was in that series. I've got. So I've got the first He-Man comic, which was in DC Presents, and the first. I think it was Teen Titans. Is that their first appearance in DC Presents? Someone can fact check that. I've got that one. Those are expensive. Okay,
J-Man, before we begin real quick, I think you messed up. I think you meant to put Madam Web up in Amazing, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry, dude. I'll put that right there for
you. It does have hot chicks in it, so it's kind of
it does, but they're in regular clothing, not in the costumes they promised us in the movie.
That is the flaw.
It's like, can we get more cleavage, please?
I went to go see that in the theater by myself like a perv, and I'm sitting there waiting for the good stuff, and nothing happened. I was like, really? I wore my sweatpants and everything, and like literally nothing happened. What a disappointment that was. Okay, I mean, look, now we're not ranking them yet. We can rank them within their tiers. This is just tiers. This is Spider-Man 2, Tobey Maguire. Is there anyone on this panel? Except for RR, who we're gonna
say RR.
No, he's not on the panel.
He's
that's
not on
why.
the panel.
Well, he's not on the panel, so he doesn't get a say. So that's all right.
Sorry, RR.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anyone that doesn't think this is top tier Spider-Man? There's a lot to go through. Well, easy. This is an easy peasy one, right? Easy.
On my TV right now in the background. Yeah. For the vibes.
Easy. Okay. So the positives, performances all around easy. Second, Danny Hicks is in it from Evil Dead 2. I don't know if you knew that, Blake. You just watched Evil Dead. The guy from Evil Dead 2, his name is Danny Hicks. He's on the bus of Spider-Man 2, and you just watched Evil Dead, and so he's in Evil Dead 2 because it's Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi uses the same actors.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you knew this, Blake, but Ash's car is driven by Uncle Ben.
Yep.
Uncle Ben drives Ash's car. Yeah,
really?
Yeah. Sam Raimi loves that car. He always throws it. It's a classic. Bruce Campbell calls it a piece of junk. So, Spider-Man 2. It's that movie. So my wife only likes Christopher Reeve's Superman. We've watched all the Batmans. Her favorite Batman of the ones we've watched would be Batman Begins. But even that, she thought, yeah, that was okay. She's like, but she's not dying over it. She doesn't care about superheroes as much. She only likes the 4 Christopher Reeve Superman movies and only Superman if it's Christopher Reeve. Everyone else we've tried, she's like, no. Spider-Man 2 is the only movie where she's like, wow, that was really good. All the other Spider-Man movies, including one she likes part 1 and 3, she thought was okay as well. The other Spider-Man movies, she thinks it's okay. Like, we're going to watch Brand New Day. Like, she's like, yep, I'll see it when you get it on 4K, so we're going to watch that. She's watched them all. No problems, but she's not really dying over it. She's like, yeah, that was cool. And then, all right, move on with her day, right? But Spider-Man 2, she loved. I think this movie transcends, where it's just awesome for anybody. You got the world of Spider-Man, which is Jameson, him trying to find a job, the Bugle, he's a photographer, Mary Jane and her acting career and all that. That's from right out of the comics. I just read the issue where she talks about her past with her family. I just read it today, not in preparation for this, just because it happened to be the next one I was reading. You've got Aunt May doing the speech about heroes and everything. That's bloody awesome. You got Peter doubting himself, all that classic stuff. You have the classic garbage can. I don't know what issue number it is. You guys can, Steve can tell me or whoever. I don't know what the number is.
The
Romita issue. All that classic stuff in there. Dr. Octopus is just badass. The fights are kick-ass in that movie. You had Kirk Connors, who didn't go anywhere, but you had the university angle. That was kind of neat. I know RR has a lot of issues with like sort of the overall story of it and how like Doc Ock's issue 50. Thank you, Phil.
Yeah.
See, Blake, I don't need to remember anything. The chat tells me everything. I don't need to remember what number anything is. They just tell me. It's within 1 second of me asking. So you got the issue 50 cover, and it's not just a cover that they shot in the beginning of a montage for like Brand New Day. It's a cover that plays a factor in the story of the movie you're watching, throwing the suit in the garbage.
Yeah, it's a panel.
It's a panel. Yeah, it's not the cover is the shadow of Spider-Man. He's walking away, but yeah. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yep. It's a panel, but it plays a factor in the story, and it's a powerful moment in the movie. He comes back. The stuff with Mary Jane is on point for me, big time in this movie. I don't really have any faults. Does anyone want to add to that or add something different?
The best speech about any superhero is in that movie, and
with Aunt May.
Yeah.
I don't get emotional I don't get emotional at sad things, but I'm dead inside. I only get emotional for heroic things. So when she did that big speech, like, oh, everybody needs a hero, I was like, this is good. Like, this is good shit right now. So I really like Spider-Man 2. Anyone else?
That speech is incredible. This is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I would agree with that.
It's really up there for me. Like I said, this is the movie that I feel like defines Peter Parker Spider-Man as a relatable character. Like you mentioned the Aunt May speech. I love the speech where he's struggling and he looks off on his balcony. He says, am I not supposed to have what I want, what I need? What am I supposed to do? While he's wrestling with needing he just wants to live a normal life. He wants to be in a relationship with Mary Jane, all these things, but the burden, the responsibility that he knows that he has, that he's wrestling with the entire movie, was just such a powerful thing. And I mean, just iconic scene after scene after scene in this entire movie. The characters, the love connection with Mary Jane, and the fact that she's off with another dude and he's can't be with her because he wants to protect her, and just the James Franco element of every single thing.
Yes.
It's just like everything in this movie is peak to me. This movie is incredible.
Yeah.
So
go ahead, Steven.
Like, I respect the hell out of you, man. I like you, and I'm sure you have great points, but I'm going to tell you right now, from my corner, it doesn't matter. I'm sure you have great logical points, but my love for this film transcends logic and reason. It is.
Oh, go ahead, Steve. Finish your thing. Yeah.
It is just like it was the perfect movie for that time, and it came at the right time, and it hit all the right notes, man. It didn't matter what the story was, and I will, spoiler for the rest of the
stream
for the panel. I'm not going to put any Spider-Man movie in Madam Web because I just love the character so much. Even if I totally dislike the movie, I will not put it in Madam Web because Spider-Man's still awesome.
Yeah, so I'll go on record. I don't really hate any Spider-Man thing. I actually don't really hate any Batman thing, but I strongly dislike the Batman because it's just so boring and it's just too long, and he loses in the end. It's just like so stupid. At least if you're going to lose in your own movie, at least lose in 2 hours and not in 3 hours. And everyone knows a rat with that it's a bat or whatever, a rat with wings, or like that was like the dumbest. Like the Penguin solved the mystery, like the Penguin solved the riddle. Like, wait a minute, so should we just watch the Penguin thing? So okay. I mean, we all like Spider-Man 2. Can we put Spider-Man 1 also in amazing? I'm willing to do that because my only gripe with Spider-Man 1 is Green Goblin's outfit, and that's the only gripe I have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
Spider-Man 1 definitely belongs in Amazing to me. It's a perfect 1-2 punch. Every time I watch Spider-Man 1, I think this is the best Spider-Man movie. And then I watch Spider-Man 2 and I change my mind. I was like, so it's that good.
Yeah, I think they're back to back. If Green Goblin had a closer outfit to what he had in and I hate the naming, whatever the three Spider-Mans together,
Yeah.
No Way Home.
Yep, No Way Home.
No Way Home. Okay, if he had the mask and that costume from No Way Home, then you'd have Spider-Man 1 and 2 be almost neck and neck, and you can almost pick by which villain you like better, because Willem Dafoe was absolutely like, I wanted to hug him. I was like, buddy, you're a Green Goblin. You're so awesome. I was like, you're like, there's only a few guys. This doesn't happen too often. And I actually think Willem Dafoe is be careful what I say. Willem Dafoe is a better Green Goblin than Alfred Molina is Doc Ock.
Sure. You know what the problem?
Right, like,
you know what the problem is?
that.
How do you take Willem Dafoe's face and have him be unmasked as Norman Osborn, and then mask him as Green Goblin? His face had to be, or some iteration of that face had to be in Green Goblin's costume. You can't hide him behind a Power Rangers mask. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he is so yeah. But I love Power Rangers. I know everything from Power, but that's a separate thing. I love Power Rangers.
I have no. That's not.
Blake. I own it all. I own it all. I've met Power Rangers. I met the Green Ranger before he passed away. Thank heavens. I got a picture with him. Okay, so those two are. Does anyone Are you guys okay with those?
Yep.
Those where everyone's good. John, you're okay with?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We're gonna leave brand new till
Let me
the end
just
because
say, let me just say that's the movie where Mary Jane runs past the Punisher stunt double. So it's like,
I really liked Kirsten Dunst in these, and I kind of sided with her on part 3, but we'll get to part 3 later. I'm not gonna do that one next. All right, Madam Web is junky. That's obvious. Let's go with how about the Amazing Spider-Man? Now, the Amazing Spider-Man to me, I like Andrew Garfield, but the costume, I didn't want. Blake did a ranking of the video of the costumes, which I did not watch. But I don't know for sure, but this costume sucked big. After coming from the great Tobey Maguire outfits, even in the black costume, I thought he looked cool. This costume was so junky. Now, Amazing Spider-Man 2's costume, that's a whole separate thing. But Amazing Spider-Man 1 costume, I thought, well, this looks trash. I do like Andrew Garfield. I think he's very good. Slightly underrated, maybe. I like Emma Stone. Yep. There's too many Emmas. Emma Stone. I like Emma Stone. I like our boy Captain Stacy. We got our boy Dennis Leary, who's awesome. And that's kind of where the liking stopped. Like the lizard, why was the lizard a Goomba from Mario? I didn't understand why that. Like, why couldn't he be a man lizard? Like he's a man lizard. Like he can. He looked terrible. And then it's just like, I'm like, what? And then it's like, let's find out about what happened with Peter's parents. Oh, I've got an idea. How about we not find out and just do the movie? Like, what is going on? I don't care about his loser parents. Or maybe they were spies. Well, I don't care. It's not Spy Kids. It's like, I don't care about this story. So I was just sitting in the theater thinking, well, at least Spider-Man will look cool. Oh, wait, he doesn't look very cool. So I'm like, I don't care about the story. I don't care about the costume. I don't care about the villain. The actors are good. So that's where I'm left with. So for me, I would put it in meh. So let's go down to Steven. Steven, what are your thoughts on The Amazing Spider-Man?
The Amazing Spider-Man suffers from 4 problems.
All right.
First problem is the costume is awful. Second is going back to the origin again, throwing in the briefcase and the parents, not needed, not necessary, didn't do it better than the first one, so it comes across as dead air. The relationship between Gwen Stacy and Peter Parker is completely nonsense. It was written by a blindfolded man who was high on drugs and writes like a 6-year-old.
Wow.
Every piece of dialogue is between those two is absolute garbage. And Dennis Leary is horribly miscast as Captain Stacy. He is angry at Peter Parker for no good reason, uncontrollably angry because he's just playing Dennis Leary. He's not playing George Stacy.
Steven,
That's true. But I like Dennis Leary.
but Steven, does that performance now hit home harder in terms of how off it was now that you've read the source material so recently?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's even worse now, Steve. It's even worse now.
That's
Like
yeah.
like now when I watch it, I'm like, Captain Stacy was the exact opposite of this, and
He's
I
a
just
father figure. Captain
yeah,
Stacy in the
he's a father.
comics was like Joe Robertson.
Yeah,
He is the
exactly.
guy. He's the guy that sussed out his identity first. He's the guy that wouldn't call him out
Yep.
and
Now,
expose him, and did everything he could. Kind of like how DeWolf
yes.
Toilet
Yeah.
Now in this new
Yep.
movie. That's what
Yep.
Captain Stacy was, but as a father figure, not a mother figure.
Now, correct
Okay,
me.
so poor representation of Captain Stacy is one of is a so that's a good point. Sorry, Stephen, what were you gonna say?
Yeah. So, Steve, correct me
Hmm.
if I'm wrong.
Yep.
Was Captain Stacy not the one who told Gwen to give Peter Parker a chance?
Yep.
Because she hated him.
Yeah.
Right. So they took let's say they shorthanded some stuff from the comics just to get Gwen Stacy involved.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fair. Blake, since you're more of a movie guy and you watch I'm assuming you're watching them in order as they're coming out, right? What did you think after? Well, don't say about Spider-Man 3, but after the Tobey trilogy, what were your thoughts on Amazing Spider-Man?
So I didn't even watch the Amazing Spider-Man until later in time. I didn't see it when it actually happened. But when
Okay.
I went through and rewatched or from the beginning, from Toby, moving on, from that perspective of it bringing back an origin story, I guess in retrospective you can say you respect them for trying to do something different, but it's terrible in every like fashion. Like it tries so hard to not be
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 1 that it just adds all this stuff. Like you said, the parent storyline is easily like the worst thing they could have done in
Right.
both movies, Tasm 1 and
Right.
Tasm 2. It's a waste of time. Nobody cares about. Nobody cares about it, and it's taken away from all the cool Spidey moments we could be having, building out the relationship with him and Aunt May.
Yeah.
The best part of Tasm is his relationship with Gwen Stacy. Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone's chemistry is perfect. It's off the charts. And we're wasting a lot of time with the parent storyline, more so in TASM 2, I think, than even in TASM 1. But this movie takes so long to get going. But by the time he finally gets the Spider-Man mask and he's become Spider-Man, the damage is already done. Like the movie
Yeah.
is boring. It's a slug to get through. And then,
Yeah.
like you said, when he finally does get the suit, doesn't really look or feel like Spider-Man. I mean, he has a good Spider-Man performance for the most part, but like he gives off like his first introduction, which a lot of people love, where he's beating up the criminal outside the thing. But even like they try to make him dark and eerie, like almost like a Batman, where he like smacks his hand against the wall, and they're balancing this weird tonal thing of like he still is funny and in some ways as Spider-Man's supposed to be, but like again with this weird skater edge to him. Peter Parker's a skater boy in this one. I think he's a little too cool for school.
Yeah.
That's a
You
good
know,
point.
it's and again everything you said. I don't like the lizard at all. The lizard's not compelling.
He sucks. Worst.
Movie. So he's definitely towards the bottom out of. I'm thinking about making a Spider-Man villain ranking video as well. I really don't enjoy his villain, so I could really care less. The best part of this movie is his relationship with Gwen Stacy, but it's not strong enough.
All right, so leave it in the meh zone. Steve, does anyone want to put just to make it shorthand? Is any Spider-Man movie actually going to go to Madam Web level or no? I don't think any of them are that bad.
No,
I don't think it's a terrible movie, but it's definitely meh.
Meh. Okay, yeah. So meh is the lowest we're probably going to go.
Yeah.
Steve, meh.
It's not one of my faves for sure. It's a meh, but
okay,
I love Garfield. Man.
You're Garfield. Okay, so, and we'll reverse the order in a second. So, John, are you in the meh for this one, or do you want to move it up or down? I mean, I don't know. If you want to move it up,
okay. I'm like, listen. Again, this come from a guy who's been reading Spider-Man comics a long time. I don't think it's that bad. Like, but Blake, whoa! I was like, holy cow! Like when I was watching the movie, I was thinking about it. Listen. Bad parts, yes. The lizard sucks. Dennis Leary, I was just like, it was like he was shoehorned into there, and I was like, why did they pick him? But then, like, you got Sally Field as Aunt May. I mean, she's good. Mm-hmm. I mean, but Andrew Garfield, I liked him as Peter Parker, but Blake hit it on the head. It's like emo Peter Parker.
Yeah.
because this came out during that time where like everything was god and emo and like so we
but-
have to make. He's kind of a hipster. He's a loser,
Yeah.
but he's a hipster loser.
Yeah,
type
It
of
makes
thing.
sense though because they're trying to not be Toby.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
It-
But
it's
I
kind
get
of-
it. I get it.
Kinda
But
like
even
Rob-
Uncle Ben's
Rob-
speech,
Wait,
like
right?
instead of doing with great power comes great responsibility, you come up with this mumbo jumbo
Yeah.
just to work around it. It's like you got to work it hard so you can have responsibility. Like it's like, come on, like
Yeah, what are
like,
you
just
talking
stay
about?
alive.
Yeah, that's a good point,
Yeah.
right? Like it's like
That's
they
really
tried so
bad.
hard to not be Toby, they just weren't anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Also,
tried so hard to not be Toby, they became nothing, right?
They lost me even more because the suit is the thing that I hated the most. When the construction workers lined up all of the scaffolding just so he could swing across the city, I'm like, get out of town, man.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh, I kind of like that. That was cool. They all worked together to help the guy.
In New York?
Oh, you know what?
Well-
It's gonna
Fighting.
happen. Don't be.
He
No,
saved
no,
this
no.
boy on the bridge.
I have faith in the New York. I like when the
Nice,
I
but
like-
like, I don't know. It just doesn't.
That was so hokey. It's
All
not
right.
funny.
Okay. All right, let's try. Okay, let's get some of these. So for the Nicholas Hammond people, so not Blake, pretty much. I absolutely loved the Spider-Man TV show. I'm just putting in the middle just for a second, just to see. I loved the live action TV show. There was a clone in it. They cloned Spidey. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
They found out his identity through the cloning, which is cool. He did. I like the Deadly Dust, which is the one that you made fun of, Steve. So I'm not your friend anymore. Because I like
I
that one.
love that. I give it slander for it with affection, though.
But he fought in that Ghost Town. That was cool.
Oh, yeah.
Or in that thing, and they made their. So I liked the show. He shot rope instead of web, but because they were actually trying to have him shoot rope, I don't know. It was so weird.
1977, man. That was
That's
good.
the best they could do.
The
TV budget.
soundtrack, man. It was like
Oh,
The sound,
Okay,
Okay, hold on a second. Jameson was fire.
Yep.
Second
Yeah,
best
they
James.
got- yeah.
Second best Jameson.
Oh no, third.
No, who's second?
The cartoon.
Oh yeah, but we're not doing cartoon. We're doing
Not
live
doing
action.
cartoon?
No.
live action, Steve.
Live
Yeah,
action.
live action.
No. J.K. Simmons is 100%
Yeah.
the master.
He's
Okay,
above
that's-
amazing.
Oh,
He's above amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
But Jameson in that show was really good, and they had some very attractive ladies who were his co-stars in that.
Yeah,
and Morgan
one of the
Fairchild
women-
was in there and stuff. Like
Wasn't she Isis? One of the
Isis was in there.
girl.
Oh my God, yeah, she's awesome.
Fire.
That show is that's a show you can't talk about because of the name. But Mighty
Well, the
Isis is
thing-
like the best superhero show of all time.
if you're gonna really hit the show for like a negative aspect, it's because they didn't have licensing for like any of the villains and stuff.
Yeah,
like
so
that.
no villains. So that's one of the
He
big
was the-
negatives.
bank robbers and like you know
Yeah.
mobsters and stuff like that.
So where should we put
I mean,
it,
if
guys?
you're gonna- yeah,
Where do you want to put it, John? In
I agree with you, but like he's fought so many bank robbers and stuff. It didn't bother me. It didn't bother me at all, actually.
So where do we put this one to get it out of the way? Put it in
I
web-
would keep it in web off. I mean, I'm like, listen, like I said, at the beginning, I said like this is what I was watching when I was 5. So
Mhm.
like that with the animated show, and then my first comic book was issue 129 of the Amazing Spider-Man, which included who. So it's like I mean,
129
it's
is Gwen
like
and
the Punisher.
Punisher,
Amazing
yeah,
Yep.
and Gwen
But,
and Miles Warren. I think
Yes.
So
But,
that's a lot of people.
Oh, Gwen's gone.
Oh no, Gwen and Miles.
It's Yeah, it's Miles Warren, but Gwen's
it's Miles
gone.
and it's Miles Warren and
yeah.
Punisher. Is that Miles Warren? And, okay. So sorry, Gwen was I guess right before that then because that's when.
121. 121.
Okay. So all right, 121. All right, sorry, my bad.
would you guys
But
be
to answer
opposed? Would you guys be opposed if it went to Spectacular though? Because it
No, not me. I love it.
I was just gonna say that, Steven. I was just gonna be like, can you put it? Yeah, I
Okay,
was like, I'll
3
put
votes
it
for
up there.
Spectacular. That's
So,
it. It's done.
here's why I'm down with this one. Because up until like the Brand New Day and what's the one with Garfield, Amazing Spider-Man 2, other than the utility belt, one of the best costumes.
The costume's pretty awesome.
Costume's pretty awesome.
awesome.
And the legacy of this show, I know we're not talking cartoons, but if you look at the 94 Amazing Spider-Man cartoon,
Which is
Yeah.
awesome.
Spider-Man cartoon, that's Nicholas Hammond's likeness as Peter Parker.
Oh yeah. Oh damn. Yeah, you're right.
Same hair, same everything.
Yeah,
And then
Nicholas
as John
Hammond's
said,
badass.
That soundtrack is on fire.
Yeah, and we'll look at pictures of Mighty Isis after, just to remind
And
everybody.
they tried so hard. They tried so hard to make him look good climbing up the wall.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a real guy climbing the wall. It's a real person climbing the wall.
Yeah,
So
like
I mean,
you're
just...
not pulling them up, like like hard.
All right, let's get this one out of the way. Let's get this one out of the way. Hey, Andrew. Hey, guys. Okay, so hey, everybody to chat. This is the Spider-Man Japanese live action show. It is one of the first, perhaps the first, to have giant robots. So this is before Super Sentai, which is Power Rangers, before even like Ultraman. So this is Spider-Man who gets the spiders. He presses the button and his suit jumps. His suit, I believe the Japanese suit is better than the Nicholas Hammond suit, in my opinion. It's pretty awesome. And the guy's very athletic.
That's pretty good, but
pretty good. He's very athletic.
I got to take a look at it again.
Okay, go take a look at it. Go, yeah. So take a look. So and it's a toss up. Okay, but he had the giant robots coming into play is pretty crazy because you got to think of the legacy of that. Now you've got like Super Sentai, which is Super Sentai. How many seasons of Super Sentai? It's still going. Supaidaman, yeah, Supaidaman. Super Sentai's got like 40 seasons, and from that, like 30 Power Ranger seasons came out of it. Ultraman, which became like a super phenomenon, and I have so many Ultraman Blu-rays, I don't even know what to do with them. They're overflowing. And I have more Ultraman than all of Godzilla and King Kong and Gamera combined. There's more Ultraman than all those guys. It's pretty important. It's important to Spider-Man. So I would probably put it in spectacular. I mean, you guys can tell me what. Sean is the only other person here who probably was more involved with this one. I've got the one Hot Wheels because Spider-Man had vehicles, like he had giant robots.
He's driving that sports car, man. He's got that Indy car.
He's cool.
Man.
He's pretty cool. Okay, so we want to just leave it there. Spectacular row. Thank you, Kidnappy Reach. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's do. How about Homecoming? This is the first. I'm not putting it there. I'm just putting it there to put it on the board. I'm not keeping it there. Now, my Vulture is one of my favorite villains in Spider-Man. He's probably my favorite Spider-Man villain. I like Vulture. I like Mysterio. I like Scorpion. I like Hobgoblin, who hasn't appeared yet. I like Doc Ock. I thought Michael Keaton was just badass. And I'll tell you one positive. He's a crook. There isn't this bullshit of, he murdered his dog or he's Spider-Man's best friend's neighbor or some shit like that. Or like, Spider-Man, didn't deliver his pizza and he's all pissed off. But he is related to the girlfriend that he's trying to get. Right. So they put, but not a straight on connection, but he did have the fur. I only have one gripe with the Vulture. I wish his jacket was green and then he'd be more green. That's literally it. Otherwise, the fur looks good. I think the mask looks great. I think adding a mask to Adrian's costume is cool. I'm not a fan of Spider, like Iron Boy or whatever. I mean, Spider-Man predates all these guys, or not predates. He's a solo villain. Hold on a second. $5. Thank you, Steven. I don't want to ruin the film for everyone's going to. I know. You're the best.
Yeah,
I love it. And you nothing can be ruined for me because I'm too much of a shill for some of this stuff that it just can't be ruined. But thank you for the super chat. What do I got? I don't have any Spider-Man related things. How about we'll give you some of the ScarJo? That's a good one. Oh, this is a good one too.
Don't worry. You wouldn't ruin it for me anyway. I just want to address it because, you're a cool guy, and I just wanted to say something.
Yeah, and we'll look at your points because I know you've been writing some points about Spider-Man 2. We'll get to those as well. So Homecoming, I wasn't really a fan of a lot of what was going on, but I still kind of thought it was kind of neat. Vulture was really cool and pretty scary. Like he seemed like a pretty mean guy, and Michael Keaton to me is just. I just love Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice. I even like that newer Beetlejuice movie, which is okay. I mean, I like him in pretty much every role that I've seen him in, and I thought he was a very good Vulture. I thought Vulture looked cool. The pajama costume was phooey, and then he gets like Iron Man has to come in and do his Iron Man isms. It's like, no, you guys are both smart, and you're Why is Iron Man coming in here and usurping this movie? So I'm not sure where this is at. It's definitely not. I don't know if it's. I would probably put it in the middle for now. Let's go the reverse way. So, John, what are your thoughts on Homecoming? This is the first Tom Holland solo one.
I would put it in spectacular. I like it. I mean, I
So you
dug
wanna
it.
move
I
it up
like Tom
one?
Holland. Like I said, I already told you guys, I love Tom Holland as Peter Parker Spider-Man.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I'll fight you all day and every night. So, but
Mhm.
yeah. So like I said, Michael Keaton rocks it. Yes, you were mentioning how, of course, they take liberties with his outfit, but I still thought it looked badass. I like that. I liked his camaraderie with Tony Stark. I mean, I dug it. They had great chemistry together, and I think that works in the movie. And the action's great. And I like for his intro. I mean, we all know he premiered in Civil War first, but for his first official, I mean, it was a decent effort. So,
I, I
I
think
love it.
I think Tom Holland has chemistry with everybody. He just seems like he's a very fun person in real life. Out of all of the
Exactly,
actors,
and that
yeah, I think
helps.
it
Yeah.
does help. Out of all of the actors, I feel like he would be the nicest guy to just hang out with and just have a drink or go to a ball game or something. I don't know. I don't do
He's
anything with people, but
Listen. If
he
anybody
feels very
has
cool.
if anybody has the right to be like obnoxious and like that type of Hollywood guy, it's Tom Holland, because right now stars in four of the most movies that made the most money domestically, and he's married to Zendaya. So if
He's like
anybody
the
has the
second
right to,
most, basically,
yeah, I
for
mean, if
her
he's
and Bernthal. Those three were in the two
yes,
big
Odyssey,
movies,
yes,
and I saw
yes.
them at the same time, like in the same week or whatever. I'm like, what? I've already
So
seen all you fools.
if anybody has the right to be an obnoxious son of a bitch, it's Tom Holland. But no, he just looks like the guy next door that you want to just go out to dinner with. So
Yeah,
yeah,
he is very cool. He has very youthful appearance, even though he's older. Steve, your thoughts on TH?
For me, it's web off.
All right, so back down to
It's
one.
not spectacular, and it's basically because
those Spider-Man purists. Oh man,
this is the reason why.
I'm
Uh,
kidding. Go
no,
ahead.
no, no, it's all good. Like every take is totally valid, right? Whether I agree or not, like because that's what makes this fun.
Yeah.
The Blackie Drago version of Vulture, even though it's
Yeah,
Adrian Toomes,
it's
I
hit you
like.
right.
I
Yeah.
like it. Right? I love that look.
Yeah,
I agree with you, J Man. If the jacket was green to keep it more, Vulture
yeah.
esque.
But it is Blackie. You're right. Who is from the '67 cartoon?
Yeah.
Adrian Toomes is not in that cartoon. But
Yep.
yeah, okay.
It's Blackie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Blackie. Yeah.
And so I do like that. The fact that Liz is his kid is kind of weird because that should be Liz Allen. But they do a lot of weird stuff with the
Right.
characters.
Yep.
And
Yes.
because it hasn't, like, this is one thing you got to say about Brand New Day. We'll get to it. This is still part of the Avengers legacy of Spidey.
Yes.
So there's still too much of that influence. I really do not like the I don't know, sidekick. Spider-Man is a sidekick to Iron Man. That's not
Mhm.
and too reliant on someone else's tech. Again, not a big fan of that. But when you talk about the performances, the characters, the cast, it's great. I just felt like I was watching Spider-Man in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Okay. Okay.
There's
All right. So Blake, this is. Did you see this one in the theater?
I did not.
Okay.
So I saw this one all later too.
All right.
I don't want to be too tough, but I'm leaning towards meh. I'm fine with Web Off. This Spider-Man movie is pretty mediocre to me. It doesn't have any like actual we talk about the moments of like Aunt May's speech in Spider-Man 2.
Right.
Like the best of these guys, the Spider-Man and the Rebels, I get it, whatever. And he's like, "Oh, I come do it, Spider-Man," but that doesn't really move me that much, to be honest with you. I do not like the suit. I don't like the little spider. The black
Yep.
things
Yep.
he's got on the side. Never been a fan of that. I don't like Ned in this movie. Ned grows on me in the following movies, but in this one, I found him really annoying. In retrospective, he's less annoying because I like him more in the future. But I absolutely hated him the first time I watched him. The relationship connection, this is easily the weakest one. I forget the girl's name, but it's not Zendaya, obviously, in this
Yeah,
one.
Liz or whatever.
Liz,
Liz
yeah.
Allen. Yeah.
It's fine. It's whatever. I get it. They're trying to do something different. We're getting a teenage Peter Parker. He's playing a 15-year-old, but this is the one where he is Iron Boy Jr. He is, trying all he can to kiss up to Tony Stark. He's begging Happy for attention. Happy's not even paying him any attention. Vulture's cool. He's fine. The twist of Michael Keaton's Vulture being the father of the girl he was pursuing the whole time was a big twist, and I remember being pretty shocked when that happened. And the car scene is incredible.
He's pretty rough in that, man. He's like, I'll kill you right there.
Scene. Yeah. But the finale in the end, yes, it happens in other Spider-Man movies to a degree, but Spider-Man really does nothing in this movie in terms of like actually being a hero to like save anyone or do anything special. Iron Man saves him on the ferry. Yeah, they just try to reenact the Toby holding the train thing.
Yeah,
Iron Man comes and save him, right? And then later when he's fighting the Vulture pretty much just destroys his own tech, and Peter Parker's like, "You're gonna die!" Like he's like freaking out, but he was getting murked the entire time. So I don't know. Spider-Man doesn't really do anything cool. He's just kind of hanging out. He's talking to Karen, the Iron Man tech, the entire time while he's isolated. He's just kind of meandering the entire movie. It's just there's just nothing really that special to gravitate to. I mean, him climbing up that building, that was a decent scene, but like the Washington Monument. But besides that, I mean, he's really just hanging out and doing nothing. And I don't think it's that funny. I think if the movie, some people love it because they think it's a really funny Spider-Man movie. And if I found it more funny, then maybe him just hanging out would be cool. But this movie does nothing for me. It's okay.
I'm kind of leaning towards what you're saying because like I'm agreeing with all your points, and it's not one that I think that I need to watch, even though I really like Vulture, like he was cool. And I'm going to have the same opinion on the next one with Mysterio. But Steven, I guess. So Steve and I are good with Web. I'm totally good with Meh, to be honest with you. I can leave it right there. I can put it right there. John, you're alone, so unfortunately, you've been. But
listen,
turn the tides real quick.
You turn the tide, buddy.
That's it. I love being a one-man army. I'm all good.
No,
Punisher, just like Punisher, baby.
Just like Punisher. That's why Punisher is your favorite guy. Yeah,
right.
No, this is why I like having Blake on, because because he's a movie only guy. It's important to see, because there's a lot of people who are coming at these characters as movie characters. We're coming at these characters as comic book characters that have been translated to film. So you need a perspective of someone who's just looking at the movies to judge them fairly on just what the movie has to offer, versus I'm always going to come in with baggage. It's going to be impossible for me to not have baggage going into any of these movies. The ones that I end up not critiquing that much are the ones where I didn't read the comics and I can almost judge as movies, right? The classic example is Constantine, where everyone loved Constantine, but nobody read Swamp Thing. And I did read Swamp Thing. And I've explained, and to me, Keanu Reeves, that was a fun movie. I was like, that is not Constantine. This is outrageously awful. Like, he's not British, he's not blonde, he's not even in a tan jacket, for Christ's sakes. Like, you can't give him a red tie. Like, it's brutal. It has nothing to, it's a cool movie. And all my friends were like, no, it's really cool. I was like, I can't, because it was so far removed in my eyes that I couldn't get to it. I just couldn't make it. I own the movie, of course, I've seen it a few times. So, but that doesn't mean, that's just because I'm a collector and I'm weird like that. But yeah, so it's good to have someone who's a movie guy who's also knowledgeable on movies in general. So, who can talk as a movie. And yeah, you're right. There's not really a heck of a lot really going on where you're like, yeah, you're just kind of like, yeah, okay, that's all right, So, and yeah, he does, Vulture does beat the crap out of him. All right, Steven, I think I know where you're going to go on this one, but go ahead and tell us what you think.
So I'm more on John's side than anyone else's side. On
a twist! There's a twist!
I completely respect everything that Blake said because he's right. I respect everything that Steve said because he's right. But here's the thing. J-Man, in the last stream, you're saying, there was this movie where he was saying, where they were all wearing Thor masks. And he's like, you're not Thor and all that. This was
that was very funny. You're right, Steven. That was very funny. You don't look like Thor.
This had the humor. This had, Is Tom Holland a little too golly gee shucks for my taste as Peter Parker? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Like he's a little too earnest, in my opinion. But he was a nice cleanser after Andrew Garfield's too cool for school sort of portrayal, and especially from the first one, and I appreciate that. The thing is that the Vulture is seriously one of the top 3 villains in Spider-Man. He is
crushes it.
what happens to Peter Parker if he decides to go for money over anything else. He becomes that guy. Vulture is the dark side. He is the sliding door wrong turn that Peter Parker takes. And Michael Keaton doesn't just beat that role, he owns that role. He is the Vulture. There is no one else who is the Vulture after that performance. He absolutely owns that movie, and he is probably top 3 villains of anyone for Spider-Man. So I have to give it credit and at least put it into web of.
Okay.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead, John. Yeah.
So I was someone that, like, me watching this, like, from the first time I saw it in the theater till, like, I watch it periodically. This is like still like Tom Holland's Peter Parker getting acclimated to being Spider-Man. So and so I like, you got to go that route too. I mean, yeah, I agree with some of Blake's stuff, but at the same time, like, I was watching the scenes when he was talking, I was just like, that's cool. Yeah, that was a cool part. Yeah, that was a cool part. So I was like, I mean, no offense, but like, I've only walked out of one Spider-Man movie where I was just like, it was okay. So yeah, like, other than that,
okay.
So.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's leave. Okay, so these are not. This is not. I'm not. This isn't Moses or these are not totally set in stone. We're gonna go back. We're gonna give it another once over. Let's leave it in the middle now because we're sort of divided. Some to the pause. Nobody's thinking it's amazing. Nobody thinks it's the top or the worst. So
no, you gotta
everyone's in the middle section.
Fair. It's like what vote wins. So if you guys vote this to be meh,
let's leave it in the middle because we're not not.
You guys went what two spectaculars and 3 mehs. The web off probably is the
sort of your cutoff.
Yeah,
I'm
in the middle.
Good to,
it's in the middle.
Yeah, I'm also good to go meh as well.
For me, it's a web off.
Okay,
it's a web of. I'm okay with it being a web of. I personally, I'm a little bit more spectacular, but I'm okay with web of. I agree with everyone's points. So if you want to put it in web of, it's probably the fairest decision.
All right, so we're going to come back to these.
RR is right. It has one of the, like, a lot of these movies take from the books. It has one of the seminal Spider-Man moments when he's trapped under the rubble in the.
Oh, that is a very famous. That is very famous.
Super famous. Where that's kind of like his first test.
Yes, that's a famous part.
Being Spike, finding the inner.
Okay. How about let's do we'll leave some of these fun ones for later. Okay, what about Amazing Spider-Man 2? Now, Amazing Spider-Man 2, I'll start and then we'll go from Steven and up. So Amazing Spider-Man 2. Now, there's what's known in this house as the Christopher Reeve rule. So the Christopher Reeve rule is that if it's Christopher Reeve in Superman costume walking around, it's the real Superman walking around, and that's pretty damn spectacular, and I love it. Oh, I don't think Superman 3 and 4 were that good. Well, you can go away and never speak to me again because you're a loser and a moron. Is Christopher Reeve the best? Yeah, then that's the end of the argument. He's walking around as Superman doing Superman things. Okay. So there's that. That rule applies to many other things. Like, for example, Jean-Claude Van Damme. All of his movies. If Van Damme is walking around, there's a good chance I'm going to like the movie. But same with, like, I love Wonder Woman 84, which everyone always hates and makes, hey, head case, how's it going? And everyone makes fun of me for that, and I'm totally fine with that. But Gal Gadot was Wonder Woman. She looked better in the second movie with her costume. She's the lasso, her stuff with Steve. She's got the invisible jet. She's doing Wonder Woman things. It's a tribute to the Linda Carter show. Linda Carter's in it not as a cameo, but as a character who does stuff, who is a character, not just a 1 second appearance. They gave her a backstory. So she's Wonder Woman. Same thing with Amazing Spider-Man 2. Andrew Garfield in the costume. I'm not talking about the movie now, just for a second. The costume, just him in the suit. It looks awesome. And he's doing a lot of cool shit. He's saving people. People are talking to him. He's interacting with people. It's very cool. I know I have my space system, story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment, but really characters is my number one thing. because if I believe that the hero is the hero in the costume doing heroic things, I'm going to like the movie no matter what. Even if the story is bad and there's a lot, and because then the next thing is first is the hero, then it's the supporting heroes, if any, then it's the villains, then it's the storyline. That's my order, right? Now, Amazing Spider-Man 2 has awful villains, the terrible villains. The story's not that good, but Andrew Garfield in the costume looks awesome. It looks better, I think, than the Toby ones.
Yeah.
And him like, hey guys, and like hanging out with people. I was like, man, this is so cool. But the villains and story are so dumb. So where do I go? So this is out of all the ones we've got tonight, this is the only one where I literally don't know what to do, because there's the Christopher Reeve rule. See, I still like Superman 3 and 4 because I still like the stories are pretty cool. And I like Nuclear Man and I love Robert Vaughn, and I love Richard Pryor and stuff. So I still like those movies with their stories and all that. There's goofy things in them, but I can ignore it because I like all the other parts. Like Lex Luthor makes a guy. Like, how cool is that? He gets his hair and makes a nuclear guy. Like, that's pretty damn cool. That's Silver Age comics. I don't know what to tell you. That's Silver Age comics being handed to you in live action. So, but Spider-Man 2 doesn't have that. Amazing Spider-Man 2 doesn't have that. It only has the hero, which is my main criteria. I love the hero, but the rest of it is so poopy, right? Like, I think Homecoming's better, obviously, but I wasn't as dying over Tom Holland. So I don't know. And I did not like Amazing Spider-Man 1. So Amazing Spider-Man 2, I was more surprised that I liked Andrew Garfield a lot. So where do I go? So let's go. We'll go to Steven. Steven, what am I supposed to do with myself on this Amazing Spider-Man Part 2? Like, I like the guy, but the rest of it sucks.
Considering that I'm completely ignoring Madam Web, I have to leave it in Web of, because there's just enough to leave it out of Matt. Andrew Garfield I agree with RR on pretty much everything to do with this. Andrew Garfield is fire. This is his performance as Spider-Man. He is so good, and no one talks about this, he has the best theme. His theme in this is killer. I get pumped up for him just hearing his theme. He's helping people. He's doing all sorts of things. This is Spider-Man to me. This is almost a definitive Spider-Man for me in live action. And I accept the Gwen Stacy relationship a lot more in this one. Mm-hmm. And I feel bad when she dies, which is what you're
saying. So do
I. But the villains are like, whoever hired Paul Giamatti for Rhino should have been fired on sight.
What in the hell is happening?
The Green Goblin? I don't even know where to begin with the Green Goblin. I have
that
no idea.
Is terrible.
That is horrible. Yeah.
The only thing, like, Jamie Foxx's Electro is the least cringeworthy, but it's still bad.
He's miscast so bad. Yes.
Is this movie? So I have to leave it in Web of, because that was where I was watching. I love Spider-Man in this movie, and that's the whole point. But God, this is a garbage movie. And I watched it again. I'm like, I love Andrew Garfield in this movie. I love the score in this movie. I love everything Andrew Garfield does. I love everything that Emma Stone does. And I hate everything the villains do. So I don't know what to do with this thing. I would leave it in Web of. That's the only thing I can think of. If anyone wants to drop it, though, I'm not going to. This is not the hill I'm dying on.
Yeah, I can drop it too. Yeah, see, it's like, it's so disappointing because I felt like, wow, they really captured a great Spider-Man here. And then they thought, well, since we did that, the rest of the movie can go to hell. It's like, well, it went to hell too much. Like, it's like you went straight to hell. Like, you could have gone down a little bit. Like, don't go through all 7 levels and go to 7. Like, maybe go to 3 or something, like, because like I can take a ho-hum movie, right? As long as I feel like the heroes are cool. You know what I mean? Like, I can take a whatever. I can't think of another example except for Wonder Woman 84, which has lots of plot holes and the villain's not that great. That's the only other example. But in that example, I still liked enough of the side things to still like the movie at the end of the day, despite the negatives. And I don't think there are any negatives in Superman 3 or 4.
No.
And you can, and some people can pretend there are, but they're wrong. But like, I don't know what to do with this. I think you're like, I don't know. So Blake, you're going to have to help us out. Where are we at here? Like, what's going on?
So everything you guys said about Spider-Man in this movie is correct. He's incredible. He's amazing.
It's amazing.
Um,
But
but yeah, so this movie has some of the highest highs in the entire franchise. I feel like the Times Square scene is so cool. I mean, literally, I love watching that scene. I love thinking about this movie.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take it to like horror for a second, J-Man, where there's some slasher movies that critically, some people don't like. But us slasher fans love slasher so much that we're just like, but we still think about it so much. We're like, I love it anyway. That's how I kind of feel about TASM 2. But I did rewatch all these movies in preparation for Brand New Day. And to me, the most glaring flaws isn't necessarily the villains. Not that they're great either. Harry Osborn, that should have been built up a little bit more, built up into a third movie. Like, we should build up the relationship, let alone the way that he looks and all that stuff. But it was just incredibly rushed. Rhino, that's pretty goofy. I don't hate Electro. I like the score and the music that he has when he's fighting. Spider-Man, again, like Times Square scene that's part of it. But the biggest flaw of this movie is what I said in TASM 1, which is even more amplified, which is the parent storyline. The parent storyline takes away
I forgot about that.
so much in this movie. I mean, so many people love to think the opening of TASM 2 is him swinging in the sky because it's so good and all this stuff. No, it actually starts off with the parents boarding a plane and we're doing this whole thing going on. Like, we have to get through all that just to get to Spider-Man swinging and doing the cool stuff. And then we have a whole other subplot where Andrew Garfield's looking up all this stuff to find out about his parents, and then he goes to this underground train, and then we spend all this time down there.
Yeah.
Like, that's the part of the movie where I'm like, we are wasting so much time. Like, he is struggling over the fact that he can't be with Gwen Stacy right now, and he's seeing the curse of her father telling him like to stay away. And we have so much like there with the relationship that we could be spending more time on, just like you do in the Toby movies or something like that. And instead, he's spending all this time in an underground train, like with stuff we don't care about, which is also taken away from, time we could be spending with Harry, so we could actually care about their friendship and blah blah blah. Right? We're taking away from the good stuff. Great Spidey moments, him saving people, his relationship with Gwen Stacy, and even though I don't like Harry Osborn in this movie, maybe there could have been a better chance to develop their relationship more if he wasn't spent all this time underneath a train railroad. But it's an amazing finale. You felt it when he was fighting for his life to make sure she didn't fall. I love the way it didn't feel cheap. It felt like he really did everything he could. And when she gives her last breath as she's falling, you're like, oh my gosh, she's done. And the smack and him coming down and Andrew Garfield's incredible performance. You feel every emotion in that scene, and the highs are so high. They're so high, but that parent storyline makes it so not rewatchable. I think if you remove the parent storyline, this could have been in the conversation for one of the best Spider-Man. Yeah. If you just take that storyline out and add all the good stuff, who knows? So with that said, it's definitely not meh. I'm going web off. I can't go spectacular just because that parent storyline. I love thinking about this movie. The highs are spectacular. They're amazing. But the bad is really bad.
Yeah. I forgot the parenting. It's so who gives a crap in the half. It's like, where are your parents? I don't know. Anyways, let's get back to Spider-Man-isms. Oh, well, I got to investigate my parents, but I don't care. I don't care. It's like, and just as a side note, the director's name was Webb.
How do you mess that up with the name Webb?
Dude, help me out here. You were born to make this movie.
Yeah, but he made 500 Days of Summer, or as I called it, 500 Minutes of Torture, because
you really don't like them.
That's a great movie. I'm gonna have to disagree there. I was like,
Steven, does it have teens or something in it? Because
it has Zoe Deschanel, who can be the most annoying actress on the planet when she puts her mind to it, and oh boy, does she put her mind to it.
She really went for it in that one.
Yeah, she went for it big time.
Well, I like Hitchhiker's Guide. Okay, Steve, where are you at here? Are you at Web or move it down? I cannot. It's not going up.
I think it's perfectly placed because I enjoy it more than TASM 1.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with Blake and with Steven in that, and I think R said it as well too. Like for me, this cemented Andrew Garfield as Parker and Spidey
Yep.
because up until this point, and this is even if you go back to the TV show, he didn't really talk much in any of the performances in The Mask. And then Holland's Spider-Man is really good, but he's not that Joker where like while you're fighting, he's pissing you off. Tobey Maguire's didn't do that either. So
Yep.
in terms of like it's in a way, this is kind of like Moonraker for me, where I love Roger Moore so much, I forgive how much of a trash bag that movie can be.
Oh, first of all, that movie's a 10 out of 10. But anyways, that's a separate stream. It's a masterpiece of awesomeness. And Roger Moore's the coolest person who ever walked the earth. But
that's another stream, right?
And that is another stream, but we're doing that stream.
And Roger's my favorite Bond, right? I love
because
Roger.
He's the coolest person in the universe.
Right? But Andrew saves this. It gives it any kind of respectability is totally because of his performance. The costume is absolutely to die for. So if there was like a Met Gala kind of like ranking of all the Spidey suits, this one's at the top. Brand New Day is a close second.
We can debate that. Blake has a video. I did not watch that video of yours yet because I wasn't sure if that would come up here, so I didn't want to see in advance.
Yeah. So
okay.
Like, the coloring is great. I don't mind the villains. The set pieces are great. Like it's such a hard movie to get.
Dude, couldn't you make Electro in green? Like what is the difference? It's like they made him blue electricity. You could just make him green with yellow electricity. Then he'll look like the comic. Like what is the difference if it's blue or green?
I like the color blue more than green, so I'm fine with it.
But it's not Electro.
But the thing about it is like this, like the script of this it's so bad as a film. It's
right. No, it's a film. It's bad. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So leave it as web for now. We'll get to John. RR with $10. Thank you. My $1 billion idea. $1 billion idea. All right, here we go. Right after No Way Home, that's the 3 Spider-Man one. Make a movie about a jaded, angry Garfield Spidey. He meets MJ, wants to retire, and trains Miles Morales to pass the torch. Sony, are you listening? I don't know if that's $1 billion. Well, if it's Spider-Man in it, it might be $1 billion anyways. But thank you. I'm going to give you the
that's going to happen, but it's going to be Holland. Holland's going to do it.
Holland will do it. How about a Van Damme dancing? I haven't had this one in it. Thank you, man. Now, where's we haven't gotten to where I've had because I had some clips ready, but we're not going to use them just yet. But yes, thank you, RR. I appreciate that. And how about we haven't used Jennifer in a while? Let's use Jennifer.
There you go.
Yeah. Now, career opportunities, that's a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. Anyone says otherwise is clearly mistaken. That's like the go-to film criticism. Career opportunities. Oh, if you just say career and then they say opportunities and say it's 10 out of 10, then they know what they're talking about. Okay, so John, are you happy with Web for Amazing Spider-Man 2? Do you think it should move up or down?
That's fine. I'm fine with Web off on that one. And
echo everything we've said.
Yeah, like I said, yeah. I mean, he's amazing in. He is amazing.
He's amazing in it.
I'm like when we're talking about the movies, I'm watching on my iPad like scenes from the movie, and like the sequences. I remember seeing this. Like I was a fan of going to 3D at the time because they were doing really cool stuff with it at the time, and just watching it and like him swinging, and it's just the villains. Oh my god! And then Rhino at the end. I'm like,
oh, that was brutal. What the hell was that all about? He's like in a mech or something.
But I'm a fan for like when the hero like doesn't win, and he does it because he's like how close can I get my fingers together? This close to saving Gwen, and it's like
that was awesomely done.
That's a ball punch. I'm sorry, that's a ball punch.
Yeah, that was
like,
good. That was
when
good.
that happened. I mean, and that elevates the movie right there just a little bit more. I mean, so it's like you can forget about the parrot. Like again, I agree with everything Blake saying. Like, why is this in here? Like, why am I? It's Aunt May and Uncle Ben. I'm like, that's one thing I like about Tom Holland is there was no Uncle Ben. He was not in the picture, but Aunt May is, and that's a good thing. But yeah, so I got to go with Web Off because while it's not a great movie by any stretch of imagination, I definitely did not walk out of the theater going, "Boy, I want my money back." So,
okay, this is the Mysterio one. What is it called? Far From Home. Yes, he's on a trip.
Far From Home.
All right, so Mysterio is one of my favorite villains.
Yes.
Jake Gyllenhaal is absolute friggin' fire. This has got to be one of the coolest looking. All the Mysterio parts are jumping out of your chair, pumping this. Yeah, this is awesome. And then we cut to Spider-Man's pants are falling off, and they're in the bus for 45 minutes talking about nonsense. And you're like, and then his pants fall off again, and you're like, okay, what is happening right now? And then he's that monkey thing or something. I was like, what is this? This is
monkey.
not like, why is he a monkey? Like, this is so dumb. So I don't know what to do. Again, now this is reverse. This is reverse of Amazing Spider-Man. Mysterio is so badass and just awesome, and like him talking and interacting with guys. Jake Gyllenhaal, you guys got. Well, I'm trying to. Have you seen? I don't know if you've seen Nightcrawler. He wasn't the X-Men Nightcrawler, but that movie. One of the few movies where I watched it twice in the. I'm like, whoa, that was awesome. I gotta watch that again. I watched it again. Like I gave it an hour break and rewatched it. It's awesome. He's great. So him being Mysterio. So far, the villains that I really like have all got stellar casting choices. Right? They've always seemed to pick someone really good. So Mysterio looked awesome, and I walked out of that theater and I bought every Mysterio toy. The stupid Funko Pops. I bought Funko Pops. I gave Funko money. I bought all the stupid shit. I bought the little dumb toys. I even bought the little keychain, which is there. I bought everything. I was like, yeah. And that movie does not hold up well in every other part that doesn't have Mysterio and Spider-Man fighting, which is a lot of not of them fighting. There's like, because Mysterio shows up as sort of like the good guy. His parts are neat in the beginning, and they basically changed it to nanotechnology, which we knew they weren't going to use. I like Steve. Both Steves. It's impossible. You couldn't really do Mysterio the way that they have him in the comics. So that was one of the things I was like, you know what? They kind of did the smartest thing by retaining the Mysterio-isms, but still keeping it somewhat like, it's still like a tech-based thing instead of him like, it's like, it's gonna be like FX or FX2, which FX2 is a great movie. Those are great movies. I know.
Love those.
The Deadly Art of Illusion, that was awesome. But the FX movies are great, but they weren't going to really be able to do that. So end of the day, I don't go to this one very often, or I'll fast forward to the Mysterio parts just to watch Mysterio do stuff. So I would put it, and we can rank them within the categories later if you want. I'm going to put it in the middle for now, and you can see where it goes. I don't think it's like garbage or anything because Mysterio is so wicked, but I'm not really dying over it that much. And Spider-Man, like in the Three's Company, it's like, I don't know why it's became the Three's Company. It's like, where's Mr. Furley? Yeah, I've got Mr. Furley. Where's Mr. Furley? Here he is, right here.
Bring him up.
There he is. Like, why is he dropping his pants? I'm like, did we just pay money for this? Like, what the hell's going on? Like, all right. So that's where I'm with that one. John, are you giving? What are your thoughts? Keep it where it is. Move it up or down. It ain't amazing, that's for sure. But what do you think of?
Like, this is my least favorite of the Holland movies because, like, you're making a lot of good points. But like I said, his interaction with Jake, and then, like, how they, like, because Jake Gyllenhaal's gonna, he's like, oh, I'm like, yo, like the guy.
He's smooth though.
He's
very smooth
criminal. Yes, he is.
He's
so
very smooth.
In that aspect, awesome. But then like they're on the trip and I had the guy who was that played Flash because I didn't remember he was in here. Tony Revolari. I was like, who the hell is that guy? And I'm like, and it's just like it's kind of crazy, like when it's that aspect of it. And I'm a fan though of the tech. Like I have the diorama of Spider-Man with the arms coming out of the back. My ex got it for me a while back, and I have it in my apartment. So I thought that was kind of cool. I know a lot of like Spider-Man purists are like, we want the regular costume and everything, but I was digging it. But I would keep it. I would actually drop it down to the meh because me personally, just because
I'm not going to fight.
It's there's a lot wrong with it, and like where we're saying how Amazing Spider-Man, how it was saved by Andrew Garfield and his Spider-Man, and how he was doing Spider-Man things and stuff like that. This one was just kind of like meh.
Yeah, I think as a movie on its own terms, maybe Far From Home is a little bit better than Amazing Spider-Man 2 as a movie goes. But like Tom Holland was not. This was just. I don't know what was happening. I don't know what they
Yeah.
thought was going on in this movie. Mysterio is super badass. I mean, he looks so incredible. I'm almost just want to just like shill for it a bit, but I just can't because the rest of it is so absurdly stupid. I have like zero desire to watch any of it except for the Mysterio parts. Steve, keep it at meh, move it up.
Jake Gyllenhaal keeps it from Madam Web territory.
Oh wow, you're close to the Madam Web territory.
Yeah,
Wow.
It's I know. I just blew Blake's
Wow.
mind. You need to do the
Yeah.
scanner.
Oh,
Do
you want
Yeah.
scanners?
Oh man,
All right, where's scanners?
See
Mind
what you have to say.
blown.
There you
Oh
go.
my god! And hold on a second. Here, I'll give you this one. Oh, I got a clip for you from top 10 favorite movie of mine. I've memorized this movie. I've watched it so many times. I've literally memorized it. 12 Angry Men. If somebody for some reason in the chat or here has not seen 12 Angry Men, the black and white movie is a masterpiece of cinema. And it needs that you should leave the stream right now and watch it. If you don't like it, I will pay you $50. Every single person that's watched this is one of the best films ever made. But one of my favorite scenes in all film. But this is for you, Steve.
You lousy bunch of bleeding hearts. You're not going to intimidate me. I'm entitled to my opinion.
You can't get better than the great Lee J. Cobb giving it that. And Stephen, that entire ending has to be one of the best dialogue scenes in the history of cinema. Like, honest to God, like. Well, you all know he's guilty to all that. Okay, anyways. Steve, okay, that's for you. What do you? So you think it should go to Madam? It can't go to Madam Web.
It is largely forgettable. Out of all of Holland's films, this one sparks nothing for me. There's no rewatch. I have no desire even to go back and watch the Mysterio stuff. But when I see it on TV or on YouTube, I go, "Oh yeah, that's cool." But like nothing about this film for me, other than enjoying to watch like Holland do his thing. Like the Nick Fury scenes,
oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
just didn't do anything for me. I can't remember. Was what's her name? His second
MJ's in it.
Not MJ.
Oh. Maria Hill.
Was Maria Hill in this movie?
Yes, kinda,
Like, right?
Nick,
but
well, yeah.
and
Nick,
it's like,
yeah.
but were they Skrulls? Right?
Yes.
Like there was so much going on with the MCU that this film was trying to juggle and then misdirect and all that kind of stuff. It's just a mess, and there's not enough popcorn in it for me to go, yeah, I'll watch that again. Like even J.K. Simmons coming back couldn't save this film.
Yeah, for that 1 second that he's back at the end.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, this is exciting now. This now, just like Riddler, the real game begins. And I love Batman Forever. I don't care. And I love Batman and Robin also. I don't care. I've memorized all four. I've almost memorized all four Batman movies. I could Batman and Batman 1 and Batman Returns. You could turn that movie on. I'll do the whole movie. I'll speak every line. Catwoman, her entire scene in the boardroom is the best. You know, do you remember the name of the boy that saw that she didn't wear her underpants at school? It's Ricky Friedberg. He's dead now. Okay, Blake, you were looking like okay. So you either really hated this one or you really like this one. So what is it?
Well, my name is far from Blake. That should give you a hint.
Oh, I did not get. I did not
far
get
from
that.
Blake. Far from.
I was looking at that. Yeah, I'm like,
the whole time, we're like,
my-
what does this guy have to say right now about this movie?
Oh my god. Okay, so how high up does it need to go?
I have an interesting relationship with this movie. So, and this again, this goes into the movie aspects, not knowing the comics. This was also before I like became as obsessive where I'm like watching all the YouTube and all this stuff. Where now being a part of all this stuff, things would be spoiled to me and whatever. I had the unique experience of I had no clue that Mysterio was a villain.
No.
So I had the
Okay.
I was shocked when
there
Jake
you go.
Oh
Gyllenhaal
my
had that
God.
turn, and it was incredible for me. So everything you guys say, Jake Gyllenhaal, I agree on a whole other level because I had no clue he was supposed to ever turn bad. I looked at him like, oh, here we go again. It's the Iron Man like mentor mentee thing, but I liked him because Jake Gyllenhaal is just a charismatic guy, so I still enjoyed him the entire movie. But that twist, I was like, you got to be joking. And
awesome.
so I had that. And a couple years ago, there was a re-release of all the Spider-Man movies that they put out in theaters. and I saw all 7 of them, or 8 of them, whatever they were, all the way up to No Way Home just 2 years ago. And even in that theater experience, I was going back and looking at an old review. I jogged my memory that there was other people in that theater, and I've already seen the movie by this point. I'm rewatching it again, and there was people in my theater who I could tell made a gas and a shock.
Oh my God, that's great!
And it was so cool to listen to them be shocked by it, because I was like, that's how I felt when I saw it. So there was still some people out there that felt that way, to saw it for the first time in theaters in 2024. I also got to see it in, and I wish this was the actual, I wish there was an extended cut version where you could see this version. I got to see the extended cut version in theaters, where you guys probably seen clips online where Tom Holland's Peter Parker is wearing the Iron Spider-Man suit, where he's fighting bank robbers and stuff like that. It's a really, really cool scene, and it's in the beginning of the movie, where you talk about not a lot going on in the beginning of the movie. I got to see that place in the movie where it helps the pacing dramatically, and I really wish there was a cut of that movie that you can always get, because it helps with the pacing dramatically, and it makes you go, okay, I got a cool enough Spider-Man sequence to go, okay, now I can just hang out with Tom Holland as he's trying to pursue MJ and do all the other stuff and whatever. I like the Night Monkey suit. I thought it was cool, and I thought it was hilarious when Ned called him Night Monkey. When he was just that was another thing too. I liked Ned a lot more in this movie. I thought his relationship with that girl Betty was hilarious, because he spent the whole time I'm going to be a bachelor in Europe and all this stuff, and he comes off as the biggest dweeb ever in the previous movie, and now all of a sudden he's with a pretty attractive girl, and now all of a sudden he's in a relationship after getting off a plane. I thought it was hilarious, and when she's saying, what Peter Parker's whole thing is I can't let people know Spider-Man is here. It'll be way too obvious. We've been following around everywhere, and he's going around being Night Monkey, and she's like, "Is that Spider-Man?" He's like, "No, that's Night Monkey. Night Monkey, yeah, he's a European knockoff." I thought that was hilarious. And now we get to the actual good stuff, which is everything you guys said, which is the illusion. Mysterio is incredible, and the illusions fight sequences is visually one of the coolest scenes, not just in Spider-Man movies, but superhero movies in general. I love all of that. And
the finale,
Tom Holland's entire thing is him fighting or struggling with the death of Iron Man. And you even have such a cool sequence in that illusion sequence where Iron Man's bloodied up as a skull, and he scares him as a jump scare. Everything in that is so great. Peter Parker is finally, and they're making a joke of it, calling it his Peter tingle, but he actually learns to get his spider senses that he really didn't have in the previous movies.
You're right, yeah.
In the end, where he's fighting Mysterio, he had to lock in and breathe and go, this guy's just a man, I need to figure this crap out. And he does, and then he takes out Mysterio. I loved all of it. I loved the entire final act. I think it's all really cool stuff. I think all the characters are funny. I think Flash is kind of funnier in this movie. He's not the traditional Flash we know but the fact that he's now in love with Spider-Man, and he's live streaming everything, but he hates Peter Parker is hilarious. And Happy Hogan, this opened the door of him now having a relationship with Aunt May. I thought that entire thing was funny as well. And Peter Parker's looking at him what's going on here? And there was always something to stop them from talking about it. And then in the final scene, we finally get, that's another thing as well. I like the red and black suit. When he finally gets the red and black suit, I think that's way cooler than the Homecoming one. I think it still has a little spider problem, but it looks better. It looks sharper. It looks cleaner.
I think it does look better.
Red and black is one of my favorite color combinations in general. I wear a lot of red and black things, so that's biased towards me. And then he finally swings through New York in the end with MJ. They have a cute little thing, and boom. And the movie J. Jonah Jameson shows up. So I love this movie. I'm putting it in spectacular. That's where I'm at.
Okay. All right. Well, here's one then. Here's a clip that I've got that I use. It's one of my favorite John Carpenter movies and one of my favorite characters in a John Carpenter movie, Assault on Precinct 13, Napoleon Wilson. This is a good one.
Can't argue with a confident man.
That's where I was.
Can't argue with a confident man. Okay, well, should we ruin Ned for him, or we'll save that up for another time? Because he didn't. I like when someone doesn't know what everyone's just waiting for that. We're like, okay, when's Mysterio going to turn on this?
Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
So it's anytime you want to ruin a character, let us know. We'll tell you.
Well, you just mentioned it, so now he's like, "Why did you say that?"
Why is Ned? I don't know.
I've
but
heard little things, but I don't know a lot. Like I know some in terms of that now that I'm in like this space.
You're
And
getting more into it.
really
Yeah.
videos.
So I never thought. What's great is that in the movie, that's very interesting. That during the movie you didn't know, and that would definitely not taint, but enhance.
Influence.
Like, oh shit! Influence. That's a good word,
Yeah.
Steve.
It was mind blowing at the time. I was
Wow,
like,
that's
that was a
really
plot
interesting.
twist. Yeah.
Okay, so most of us, it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna be able to stay in spectacular because everyone's meh or a couple one. So it's a web of or a meh. Steven, I think. Do we share the same opinion? What are your thoughts?
It's got to be meh. Sorry, Blake. It's got to be meh. I'm close to Steve, where I'm like, Mysterio stops it from being Madam Web. I hate to tell you that, Blake, but it's just like I thought I was watching a TV movie for parts of it. Like
That's why I said Three's Company.
I just watching it.
He at least does cool things compared to Homecoming. Homecoming, he does nothing.
You know,
I don't agree with that.
I can't agree with that. Like I'm with John. I can't agree with that. Like there's time. Like I recall I was sitting there in the theater, and I don't know. It was usually Sean who sat next to us, like in between us, J-Man. We were watching a movie in the theater, and he was on.
Yeah, I don't sit between two men. Like that doesn't happen.
No. Sean's also one who takes the bullets for that.
I sit in the edge, and nobody sits next to me.
So I'm sitting there watching. It's like 45 minutes in,
right?
And he's on a school bus, and there's a drone following, and I felt like turning to Sean saying like, this is Spider-Man, right? Like, when does Spider-Man show up? And then it's like Night Monkey. I'm like, so is Spider-Man not in this movie? Like, it's not Spider-Man? I was like, where is Spider-Man? And, you know, it was the Where's Waldo, Where's Spider-Man movie thing for me. I think that all the Jake Gyllenhaal stuff was amazing. And Blake, I definitely, like, if I had been in your shoes, I definitely would have reacted the same way. I would have been absolutely destroyed. But I wasn't. I knew about it, and I was like, okay. Like, it was fun. It was fun to watch it, but I was like, okay, he's going to turn villainous. And then it's like, all the Jake Gyllenhaal stuff is great. All the Jake Gyllenhaal stuff is top notch. Unfortunately, a really great writer wrote all the Jake Gyllenhaal stuff, and then they fired him, and they hired someone's inbred 8-year-old cousin to write the rest of the movie. And
hey, same guy as the other, or is that a different cousin? Maybe?
It's a different cousin. They keep getting inbred here. There is, Steve, you'll like this. And John, I think you'll like this. So there's an actual screenplay. I read the top 20 unproduced screenplays in Hollywood, or sci-fi, or something like that. And the guy literally said he wrote a screenplay, and he submitted it, and the executive said, "This screenplay is perfect. Who can we get to rewrite it?" That literally.
Yes.
And that's a big famous thing, because I just feel like they lost the narrative on this when they concentrated on making A, Jake Gyllenhaal great, B, continuing this romantic, like, fumbling circle with MJ and him, and then like adding in the Avengers stuff, and oh, by the way, remember Iron Man? He's dead. Yeah, this is very hard on Peter Parker. We're gonna harken back to that. It was just a mess to me. It's a meh. It's a meh to me, but like,
okay, so we got, where are we at? Okay, so Blake's way up, so it's not gonna go way up. I'm not gonna put it, I'm gonna put it in the middle, because the Mysterio
I will
parts,
take the middle. I will listen.
You'll go with the middle.
As much as I have problems with it, I still like it still has watchability with me, and I'm listen. I wish I had that director's cut where they put that scene at the beginning.
I genuinely think it would change so many people's opinions.
It changes the tone.
I watched it in the flow of the movie, and it flows perfectly, and it gives you that itch that you're saying. Where you're like, what Steve is talking about, like, when's he going to be Spider-Man? You get it in that scene, and it's good enough to where it's like, okay, now we can hang out. It's a shame. It pisses me off that they haven't made that.
And you want, it's like, why? What do you like? I know, like, pacing and time and stuff like that, but it's like they make the wrong cuts
Yeah, that was a
So,
bad
yeah.
cut.
Yeah,
And
it can
again, and I
happen.
got to see it in the actual flow of the movie, and I was like, this is so much better. Oh my
I
gosh.
agree 100%. Yep.
So let's let's leave it in the middle for now because I have a sort of like, because I love Mysterio so much as a visual character in comics, but also translated so well. Maybe not as best translated as the Sandman, but I would probably say top
Yeah.
2 or 3 best translated guys. I was surprised at how cool the Mysterio parts were because I wasn't sure how they were going to be handled. And when they were so cool and actually taking from some of the Mysterio stuff in the comics of, you know, him being really big and all of that, like that's very cool. It's very trippy and I think it's kind of neat. Let's leave it in the middle for now and we'll get back to it. Let's do, we'll leave the animated ones till the end if there's time because they're not really live action, but they're theatrical, so I throw them on there. Let's do, this is No Way Home. I'm going to put No Way Home to start with into Spectacular. And I'm going to pretend the first hour doesn't exist of this movie because it's horrendous shit. Except for the Doctor Strange math part, I guess, or whatever, which was weird too. I don't like, see, Clobby, our friend Clobberin Times, gave a great thing. He's like, I don't like when the heroes are doing silly or stupid things and they cause the movie to happen. And as opposed to the villain initiating the thing that happens, right? It's like, why is Doctor Strange stupid? And it's like, okay, so that really tainted. so like Sean and I saw this one together. We're like, man, that was pretty awesome. We were pretty pumped. And then as we started to talk, we're like, oh no, it's moving down. It's moving down as we're talking. I don't know. I'll put it to the middle. So I walked out of the theater. I was here.
Yeah.
And then I talked, and then I talked to, and then Sean and I talked, and I was like, well. And then Clobby and I talked. I was like, what's going on here? Why is this happening? I was like, no, don't tell me any more about it. The thing is that once the 3 guys get together, look, it's a gimmick. Mm-hmm. It's a total gimmick. It relies on that gimmick. They knew they needed, this is the pull it out of their ass when we need it, the get out of jail free card, right? What are we going to do to reinvigorate this? Why don't we have all 3 Spider-Men together? And then that's like a guaranteed, you know, it's like Dr. Doom. Oh, the Kang Dynasty doesn't work because that guy, you know, beat up supposedly or not beat up his girlfriend or something. So now we have to change course and have Dr. Doom, who's never appeared before, no buildup. He's just here. It's like, okay, is he Reed's adversary in college? Like, what is this? Like, he's just here now. Okay, sure. So this was the get out of jail free card. It's like the 3 Spider-Mans, because once they're together and they're talking about their origins and all the villains are teamed up together and Green Goblin is just back to being, it just, Willem Dafoe showed up and showed how awesome he was, because as soon as he was back, I bought him as the hero or as the good guy. I bought him as the villain. He's so great. But there's so much dumbassery in this movie. But the good parts are pretty cool. And again, I go back to, if the hero is cool. See, Far From Home didn't have the hero being awesome, which is why I'm like kind of on it. Hero is number 1. If Spider-Man is the best in his own movie, then I'm good to go. But Mysterio is clearly the best and Spider-Man does nothing. Like, in my opinion, he doesn't do as many cool things. So I was like, well, Mysterio's the best. But I happen to love Mysterio as one of my favorite villains, so I can almost say, okay, well, Spider-Man's not the best, but Mysterio is. But Mysterio's not in it enough, and there's not enough of that to make it enough. Whereas this is 3 Spider-Man, and they're all pretty cool together. I'm going to put it in the middle and see where it goes. I'm these middle ones, I'm so open to them because I don't hate any of them, and I can be swayed. Like, you know, yeah, Mysterio's awesome. Yeah, move that up. You know, this one, I think the story's pretty muddled. Doctor Strange is like, well, and like Peter's like telling him stipulations while he's doing the spells, like the dumbest shit. Like, why don't you just say, hold on a second, before we begin, is there anything that we should do about this spell before we start this? You know, and then it turns into a fiasco. This Doctor Strange, I know, and Doctor Strange, first hours of 4 out of 10, but then all the Spider-Man arrive, it's 10 out of 10. So what are you going to say? You're going to say it's like a 7? 7 out of 10 is my worst rating. I hate giving a 7 because it feels like you're copping out. So I usually try to do a 6 or an 8 if I have to and not do a 7. Let's keep it in the middle. John, what are your thoughts on No Way Home?
I would put it in amazing. I love this movie.
Oh, you would put it way up.
Sorry.
All right, so
No, not sorry. No, not sorry.
we're putting it. We're going to move it in one increment and then see where it goes from there. So you're saying it's much better than that. Okay, so
Are there
you love this.
questionable things in the first part of the movie? Yeah, but listen, how do you? It's a gimmick. It's a gimmick that works, and it totally does the job that it's supposed to do. And you have three mother effing Spider-Man who all work great together, and they all show you why they're all great Spider-Man. And then they're fighting all the bad guys. And having William Dafoe just come back, who just kills it like he always does, is a chef's kiss. This is such a great movie, and I remember seeing this in a movie theater. And there's the only times I remember pops in movie theaters was the end of Endgame when everybody comes back. When you hear
Yeah.
On Your Right, that was the biggest pop. And when freaking Tobey Maguire walks through that the theater I was in lost their collective shit. I knew it was coming, and I still lost my collective shit.
Right.
And then Andrew Garfield came in, and then just them with Tom Holland's crew, and then them interacting and everything. It's just it's amazing. And the action is great, and I love the finale. The finale is just there's just so much good in it. I just have
Okay.
a wonderful time with this movie. And
If it was, see, I think the problem is that what RR said and what Clobby set me off. Because when I saw this movie, I would have put it in amazing as well. The thing is that see now Doctor Strange is like, I don't like when they hear we've talked about, so John and Blake haven't been as privy to this in our regularly scheduled Marvel live streams that we do. It's like when the heroes cause the problem that later has to be solved, that's always something that we frown upon. Like
heroes aren't perfect. Heroes aren't perfect.
I know, but it's a movie. You could have Mordo. Baron Mordo could have accidentally opened up a multiverse, right? And then Doctor Strange's like, oh shit, Baron Mordo opened it up. We have to course correct this thing. And it's the same movie. Right? Like it's almost the exact, because it's like, why is Doctor Strange so dumb? Like he is dumb. Like why is he not, like he should have explained the spell, but like it's just weird. Like it's too obvious that they just needed any excuse to get the multiverse going, so they just use that. But you could have used someone else, and then they would have to pay that guy, and he wouldn't have been in back rooms and whatever. They could have paid him for 5 minutes to come in and do a spell, and Baron, you messed up this spell, and now I've got to correct it. You know. Anyways, that's what I'm not saying it's terrible. Again, remember, I start off by saying it's amazing. Everyone don't lose your minds. I said it was amazing. I loved all the Spider-Man stuff. And I moved it down because the thing is like with a simple fix, it's just that they should have thought this out slightly better, just a little bit. Like I like when a villain does stuff. The villain drives the thing. It's like Batman is looking for crime. You know, when a crime happens, Batman doesn't cause the crime to happen and then later say, oh, I effed up there. I better fix what I effed up. That's my problem with it. I think it's more than a small problem. I think it's a pretty big one that's a little bit on the lazy side. Like they could have fixed that part of it. Steve, what are your thoughts?
I'm in spectacular.
Okay, so where it is.
I like it where it is. For me, it's, and being a Spider-Man guy, that last act and seeing that as soon as Andrew and Toby showed up, it elevates the movie even more.
Okay, wait 1 second. Can we all agree? We'll do a quick one on this. Can we all agree that from when the three Spider-Man are together and on, it's friggin' awesome? Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue, Steve.
I think one of the issues with this and with all of Holland's movies is that the source material is one of the dumbest ass Spider-Man stories ever. Like incredibly problematic. So then it sets into motion things that they're trying to do in the movies that don't fully make sense, even in the parameters of the worlds that they're creating. And so, like, you know, the thing, again, every Marvel movie kind of works because of the casting. And the cast works really well, and then adding those two make it even better. That's basically all I got to say to it. Like, other than that, like, if it wasn't for those two guys showing up at the end, it's a web off. It's spectacular because of the nature of the movie, and also, like John said, it's a gimmick, but it's a gimmick that works, and it's
I agree.
it's their gimmick.
I agree. I didn't say anything. I said it was a gimmick, but it's a gimmick, but
Yeah,
it's
sure.
I still liked it. This is wrong, Andrew. That this is all new movie thinking. That this is not true. Poison Ivy doesn't exist because of Batman. Mr. Freeze, sort of like in the movies he exists, but not because of Batman. Like Joker, I know Joker in the Tim Burton but that was just flat out wrong. Even though Batman '89, I love that entire origin is absolutely horrendous shit. It's like Joker didn't kill Batman's parents. It's like that was stupid. So you could say they all exist because Joker exists, right? So that's all weird. But no, I do not agree with that. You should mention Spidey and Civil War. We will. Thanks for the $2. I'm running out of gifs. How about what else do we have? We haven't used the He-Man punch in a while. Boom. And I've got this one we can use. Although that's still good. Yeah, it still works. And we'll do. How about the normal thank you?
Also, too, like the reason why that movie also works well is you've got two of the best Spider-Man villains, like Doc Ock and Green Goblin.
Oh, I mean, it's just they're just fighting.
You got all the villains.
Bangers, man.
And Willem Dafoe's costume was better.
And I love the scene where they're all in their glass rooms and they're all.
That's cool. That is super cool. Very cool.
I forgot to mention this movie also works because it rehabilitates Andrew's Spider-Man. Him saving MJ.
Yes. Good point.
Well, yeah. Everybody wanted Amazing Spider-Man 3 after this movie came out.
You are very correct. That's a good point. Okay, thank you, Ara, for $2. Yes, Civil War. There's someone on the panel on the bottom who doesn't like Civil War, and we know their reasons, and we agree with their reasons. But towards the top of this panel, that person still kind of likes Civil War, anyways, except for the horrendous last ending where Iron Man cries like a whiny baby. Other than Iron Man crying like a baby, which was very disappointing because Iron Man is one of his favorites. Other than I just mute whenever Iron Man speaks at the end. I mute that so I don't hear him talk. And he killed my mom. Yeah. He was brainwashed, dumbass. He was brainwashed. You fought aliens. You're fighting. You brainwashing exists. He didn't choose to do it. It's like, hello, Iron Man. Hello. It's like up until Iron Man cried, that movie was pretty awesome. And yes, that woman in the elevator saying, my son died, Iron Man should have been like, yeah, sounds like a sad story. I just saved the planet. Go away. That's what I was.
Those 2 points was why I was Team Cap in the movie.
Listen, of course, you have to be. The movie made you Team Captain America.
You want Captain America to kill Iron Man. That's the problem with that movie.
But you know what the thing, though, is? Keep one point. It is a Captain America movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is Captain America.
So you should be on his side. And look, it's Captain America. He's the best MCU character. Let's face the facts.
Even in the books, right? Even in the books, Tony was. You would say that you would take Cap's side more than you would Tony's,
right?
Even in the books. So.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, Andrew, they exist. I mean, I don't. It's wrong. It's like Batman, like the villains appear after in the comics. Like read all the first appearance of all the Batman villains. I don't know what to say. It's like how did Batman create Catwoman or Penguin? Even in the movies, like he didn't create them. But if you're saying villains exist because heroes exist, then I guess you're right in the meta sense. Like they create villains to fight the heroes, but not if you're going by the Phantom, the longest running costume character of all time. He doesn't have any. I mean, how many Phantom villains are there? There's none. He kills them all. So I guess you could do that. But anyways, hey VSC, how's it going, dude? Okay, so we're leaving it in spectacular. Blake, do you want it up or down, or safe?
I got to go with amazing. I do.
You want it to go up.
This was the greatest theater experience of my life. This first theater experience was incredible. I still remember it. It was so special. Like you said, seeing Andrew and Toby coming through that portal was insane. Absolutely insane. And I get all the gripes with the Doctor Strange stuff. I've heard it for years. People have been complaining about it for years. And I will say, like, I'm rewatching these movies is the first time, and I've been rewatching No Way Home for years now. It's the first time where I'm like, okay, it bothered me a little bit more, and the first half isn't as strong. It never was as strong, but like, I still think the first half, like, I think Tom Holland does such a good job leading this movie the entire time. I think, he was Iron Boy Jr., I said in Homecoming. He showed hints at the end of Far From Home of trying to become Spider-Man. And in this movie, he really does feel that way. Even in a movie where Toby and Andrew are coming in, he still does a great job at being the center focus of it. And I was enjoying everything in that movie before Toby and Andrew even show up. And it really amplifies, we have to cheat a little. Yes, it's lazy, the Doctor Strange stuff, whatever. He should have asked more questions, whatever. But ignored all that. It's like what you were saying earlier when you were giving all the stuff about but at the end of the day, Superman and Christopher Reeves, he's Superman, so it's cool. We get the scene where Doc Ock shows up on the bridge and he starts fighting Doc Ock, and everything from that moment on in my mind is awesome, right? We get all the villains showing up. He gets to fight each one of them. You talk about, Dad being locked up in the cage, all the funny banter, and then really when Peter Parker is trying to save each one of them and he puts the thing on Doc Ock and his Spidey sense kicks in and he realizes something's off, and Green Goblin, Norman Osborn is gone. He's on sabbatical, and now everything breaks loose. And that fight scene in that apartment between Peter Parker, Spider-Man, and Green Goblin was incredible. Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, he's arguably better in this movie than the original. He's that good. I mean, if you want to say he's menacing in this movie. He is scary. He does not skip a beat. And I mean, so many people talk about Heath Ledger's Joker, being the greatest of all time. Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, to me, it's got to be in that conversation too. He's so good, and this movie really cements that. And we finally, this is almost like Tom Holland's origin story. It gets drawn out in all these different movies, and he finally has the moment of, with great power comes great responsibility. Mm-hmm. With Aunt May, that we spent all this time with, learning about, building a relationship, and Tom Holland's performance in that scene is incredible, and you feel it, and it leads into the greatness of Toby and Andrew coming. It's not just they come for no reason. He's broken. He's spared J. Jonah Jameson is given the great monologue, which again, he's back in the movie and he doesn't miss a beat either. He still feels like J. Jonah Jameson and he's incredible. And Toby and Andrew come and their chemistry is amazing. The first initial fight between him, Andrew and Toby, is awesome. And again, everything, this movie just has a heartbeat. It really does. The other two, as much as I love Far From Home, in comparison with No Way Home and Homecoming, they're fun little movies, but No Way Home has a heart behind it. It's emotional, it's impactful. Yeah, you can say nostalgia, gimmick, whatever, this and that, but who cares? It's been built up after 20 years of characters that we love and we're nerding out about. And you have moments, like you said, where Andrew Garfield gets the redemption we never got to see because his movies were cut off in not having a TASM 3 and saving MJ, and he looks at her, his sadness. Incredible, right? It's it's just an incredible movie, and it's led because of Green Goblin also being a great villain. You have the scene of him fighting Green Goblin at the end where, Toby and Andrew telling him, you can't go this far. And it's just amazing. And him kissing MJ, it's the first time their relationship really feels actually impactful. And he's like, you're going to forget who I am. Yeah. And we lead to that final act where he goes to the coffee shop and he's so heartbroken he realizes he can't tell her. And you feel the pain of Peter Parker finally for Tom Holland in that scene, and he gets an amazing suit at the very end and swings.
That is a very good suit,
right?
Yes.
Just to finish off such an incredible, amazing movie. It's just at the end of the day, you can have issues, you can have problems of the setup or whatever, this and that, but at the end of the day, it's incredible that this movie exists. We have all of our favorite villains or our least favorite villains. Everyone has came back for this movie, and everyone does such a great job. It's amazing.
So I'm almost here. If there was another, because I don't have any complaints in these two movies. This one, I do have a complaint about. The only complaint I have with Spider-Man 1 is Green Goblin's costume. But I don't even mind the organic webbing, which has been annoying. But I don't mind it. I'm okay with it. I knew it was going to be there because that was from James Cameron's script from like 100 years before that or whatever. I remember standing in the playground saying, wow, James Cameron's going to make Spider-Man. That never happened. But anyways, God, I can't get the stupid Doctor Strange thing out of my head, but I want to like it. So John and Blake, you guys are at the top. I'm okay for it to stay at the top. Steve, did you say you wanted it down one?
It's spectacular for me, but I agree with Blake that it's out of all the movies, it's got the most heart.
Okay, so I am good. Let's hear what Steven says. It's almost going to be the deal breaker because I'm going to be able to sleep just fine tonight if that goes up to amazing. The gimmick stuff, it is a gimmick, but movies are gimmicks too, right? Like, I mean, a gimmick is to have, an appearance of a character or something, right? Like Punisher appearing, and that's a gimmick, right? He doesn't need to be in it. So it's like, it's all gimmicks, but does it work or does it not work? So ultimately, if it works, then it just becomes part of the story and not a gimmick, right? And I think in this movie, celebrating the history of Spider-Man was done in a much, much better way than I thought it would be done. I actually didn't think that this movie was going to be that good. I thought this is probably going to be really crappy, and they're going to show up just for the tokenization. Oh, they're here. Oh, guys, look. They're going to swing around, punch a couple of guys, and leave. I did not know that they were going to have such a long, drawn-out sequence with all of them just having a conversation about being Spider-Man. I think that was very strong. All the participants were good. I think whoever said the redemption of Andrew Garfield was very good. All the villains, especially the main ones that had dialogue, were very good too. So I'm totally good with amazing, and I'm okay with spectacular because I can always revert back to there's those problems in the beginning. So Steven, what is the fate? The fate of Far From Home. Where are you going to place this one?
You mean No Way Home?
Oh, whatever the hell it's called. Here's okay. Oh, let me do another thing. Can you rename your stupid movies? That's another. Nobody know. Like I do know them. If I thought I had it right. No Way Home. Where are you going to put No Way Home?
Spectacular.
All right. Wow. Okay. So we'll come back to it. Yeah, go ahead.
Amazing, just based off a gimmick. Mm-hmm. As amazing as the gimmick is, it is a gimmick. I do appreciate like all of the like. I was watching. I'm like, yeah, this is okay. This is fine. This is kind of cool. Killing Aunt May, I was like, I didn't like that. I didn't think it was necessary, but fine. But that last act is amazing. Like, that last act is killer. And, like, I'm going to draw a parallel to the Expendables. You have Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Bruce Willis sharing a scene. I don't care how they got there. I don't care what reason they needed to get those three guys there. They were there, and they were talking.
Yeah. And that's a gimmick franchise. The entire franchise is based on the fact that those are...
But you know what? If you said to me as a wrestling fan, Hulk Hogan is going to team up with Stone Cold Steve Austin and John Cena and have a match, I don't care how they got there. All I care about is they're having a match. That last act was the best thing that probably has happened in any Spider-Man movie, bar none. Like, right. It redeemed Andrew Garfield's character for me, or like it got the bad taste of that, especially TASM 1 out of my mouth.
Right.
It sort of even redeemed Electro a bit. So
actually, you're right. No one mentioned that. He was redeemed in that too. And you see, he had the yellow electricity with the green thing. I told you.
Like,
back to the...
It celebrated Spider-Man. It celebrated the movies we were watching. And it celebrated with us, not in spite of us. And I think because of that, it has to be spectacular at least.
Okay, let's get back to that one because you're making a lot of good points. I'm hearing a lot. Like, I came out saying amazing. Like, to me, this was the third best Spider-Man movie. I mean, actually, it is the third best Spider-Man movie anyways, until we haven't talked about the last two. But I was like, I loved it. But yes. Okay, so let's get back to that one. We're going to say brand new day for the end. Let's do Spider-Man 3. Now, Spider-Man 3 made a lot of money. I'll put it in the middle for a second. It made a lot of money. They were never going to do Secret Wars.
No.
It was never going to happen. I own all of Secret Wars, which I will show off on Monday, including the black suit Spider-Man, which I paid like $10 for, and now it's worth thousands of dollars for some reason. I thought, okay, he has a black costume, but I'll show off my Secret Wars issues on Monday, and so is Sean. But I like seeing the black costume. I liked Eddie Brock, the relationship. And I thought that he should have become Venom in the next movie. Sam Raimi was doing perfect.
Yep.
One villain, focus hard on that villain, make him the star, give him a good story, move on to the next villain. This was a lot of studio interference. Here it comes. Get in all these characters. Venom, Eddie Brock should have been Eddie Brock. They had a rivalry, and then that's it. And then the next, maybe the end credit scene could be the symbiote goop or whatever going on him. You know, like he gets it off of him. He uses the sonics, gets the suit off, and it goes away, and that's it. And then at the very end, it goes on to Eddie, and then that would be your fourth film. Because Sandman looks fucking awesome. I was like, holy shit, it's the real. This isn't Green Goblin's the movie version because he doesn't have the purple and all that, right? Or Doc Ock, who doesn't really have the full, it's kind of a trench coat. It's not really the full, I was like, this is awesome. But there is so much nonsense in Spider-Man 3. It's way too long. I don't know what they were trying to do with Harry in the beginning with Surfer Goblin or whatever the hell he was supposed to be. That was weird. That's not like that was like super weird. They could have saved that for the next movie. I do like getting the black costume and behaving oddly. That was kind of neat. And going too far, like, he's really going really hardcore because that is what the suit, that's a good way to truncate that. Like there's no way you're going to adapt Secret Wars. They're going to do Secret Wars, but I mean, that'll suck. Spoiler alert, that'll suck ass. It's not going to be the Secret Wars that we'll be covering in full over next week's live streams. But anyways, so I think there's a lot of good in Spider-Man 3, but there's a lot of goofy crap, and it drags on for a long time. And then they introduce Gwen Stacy. It's like, yeah, but you know what? Like, it's too late for that now. It's too late for Gwen to appear. It's just, you've passed that. They went with Mary Jane's, because Mary Jane was on and off in the comics, and she was always sort of around, but not on. She was on off.
Harry. She dated Harry in the books.
Yeah, and I just read the one where he had proposed to her in the past, and then she always knew his identity, and she revealed to Peter that she knew his identity. He didn't have to reveal it to her. I just read that one today, in fact. So I think there's a lot of good stuff, but there's a lot of dumb shit as well. It's definitely not amazing. I put it in the middle. Let's see where it goes. Steven, where do you think it should go?
See, I probably watch this one the most of them because I find myself drawn to terribly flawed movies, and this is a terribly flawed movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what guy in Hollywood was watching that 70s show and said, you know what, that skinny dude who's the lead should be Venom. I have zero idea who thought that was.
Yeah, because that is not Eddie Brock at all. I don't know what they're talking about.
Bryce Dallas Howard is the sexiest Spider-Man. I could not be reached further. I totally agree. She is the cat's meow. Here's the thing. I don't hate this movie. I don't love this movie at all. I think there's so much wrong with it. The green skateboarder. The relationship between Harry Osborn and MJ is just awful. I have no idea what they're doing. Emo Spider-Man dancing down the street just never wanted that. Sandman killing Uncle Ben. Horrible twist. Should never.
Oh, that's the worst twist in cinema history. Everybody knows that.
That was
that's facts.
Like there's so much. Everything's crammed together. It's a frigging mess. But I still like him coming to save MJ at the end. And
so where do you want to do it? What do you want to do? Leave it in the middle?
I like it more than Tasm, so I'm going to say Web of.
I definitely like it more than Tasm as well, just for the Toby's performance, and I like seeing the black costume. I was there for the black costume. It's from so Blake doesn't know this. Anything from the Marvel Advanced TSR role-playing game. So it's like Wolverine in the brown suit, She-Hulk as part of the Fantastic Four, like all that. Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel, which is the second real Captain Marvel after Marvel. So anything from the Marvel TSR role-playing game, I played that game all of the time. So those are the characters I'm used to. So yay, Monica, and then they ruined her in the movies. Yay, you're ruined now. Okay, so Blake, where are you on Spider-Man 3? I have no idea what you're going to say. Because we've never talked about this, so I have no idea.
Yeah. So Spider-Man 3, a lot would say, has a lot of the similar problems that TASM 2 has.
Right.
Juggling a lot of things and this and that. I was pretty low on Spider-Man 3 at a certain point. It gets better on almost every watch for me to some degree. I saw all 7 movies or 8 movies a couple years ago on the re-release. And on the re-release, Spider-Man 3 was by far my favorite theater experience. If you saw the way the crowd was reacting, and I went every week. It was one movie a week, starting with Tobey Spider-Man 1 all the way to No Way Home. That reaction in the Spider-Man 3 crowd was the most lively, the most fun. People were laughing. They were eating up every scene. This movie is just filled with memes, and it's just like every one of those moments. I mean, even from the very beginning, like when Toby is in the opera or whatever it's doing, and MJ singing, and we pan over to James Franco looking at him like all menacingly. My theater dies laughing because they're just like excited for everything that was gonna happen. Essentially, I love Bully Maguire in this movie. I love Peter Parker. I love the black suit, the music, the score. When he first gets that suit and he's feeling the power and he's flexing, that suit is incredible. I think when he's dancing and all the stuff that people make fun of and say it's bad, I think it's hilarious. My theater loved it when I saw it on the re-release a couple years ago. And they re-released all 3 of Tobey's movies just this past year in September. Same thing again. Spider-Man 3 I enjoyed more, even though it's not my favorite out of all the Tobey movies. I will say that. But it's juggling way too much. I think they're balancing way too much between having Sandman, having Venom, and we have to wrap up not just MJ story, because this is the closing chapter of a trilogy. We're also having to wrap up the Harry storyline. I think if you chose just this is where the hot take's gonna happen. You guys have been very high on Sandman and this and that. I can't get rid of Venom because if we get rid of Venom, we're getting rid of the Bully Maguire stuff, in my opinion. So I'd rather keep that and diminish the Sandman stuff. But I'm sure Sam Raimi and just the way it was stories, if he focused on just Sandman, it probably would have been a better story. And maybe I would like it too. But that stuff when he becomes emo Peter Parker and he's hitting on every girl, and the girl in the office, all of a sudden Elizabeth's character is now feeling on Peter. He takes Gwen Stacy to the jazz bar and he starts dancing her up, and everyone's looking, and you hear a girl in the background while he's dancing. He's like, "Dig on this," and some girl yells, "That's hot!" Like, it's just hilarious. The whole thing is ridiculous, but I love it. And his thing with Harry Osborn, when Harry finally realizes when Green Goblin comes back and tells him, "You forgot who you are. Like, snap out of this whole lovey-dovey, whatever, your nice guy thing." And he meets Peter actually, even before that, a great horror scene, by the way, when he finds MJ at the apartment to threaten her. Amazing jump scare there. That was Sam Raimi's good horror elements coming to life, which he sprinkles in all his movies. That's a really good one. And then he meets Peter Parker at the coffee shop, and he's telling her, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm the other guy, this and that." And Peter walks away and he just gives this cocky smile and disappears. Love all that stuff. It's great. The finale is extremely rushed. It's rushed. I don't, my biggest flaw of this movie, other than them juggling a bunch of things, I have so much fun with the movie that I stopped caring up until we have to find a way to get Harry to join up and team up with Peter. And the butler just comes down and says, "Oh, by the way, your dad was impaled by his own glider."
Yeah, that's very convenient.
That scene pisses me off because why did you not tell him this for the last multiple
bow tie?
Years? Yeah, exactly. And it pisses me off that Peter never told him either, because I think that's ridiculous. Why you had any time to go up and just explain this to him? Instead, you're letting him inject himself with the goblin stuff and let him go crazy and plot against your demise. And the butler's watching him all do this. But now that Mary Jane's in trouble, now you're going to tell him this while half his face is already burnt off? That none of that stuff needed to happen. So that is actually a plot device that pisses me off and makes me not able to put that at amazing. That scene alone is the one that really drives me nuts. But I do think the payoff is really good. His death is emotional. I think it ends really nice with Peter and MJ dancing. I love all that stuff. I still think even with all the things that were going against this movie, Sam Raimi didn't get to make the movie he wanted to make.
Yeah.
He still wrapped it up in a satisfying way with our main three characters. And at the end of the day, the story and the heart of these movies was still there. It's a messy movie, but it's a good movie, and I'm putting it spectacular.
Yeah, I'm actually good with Spectacular because I kind of like this movie. I like the emo stuff that people make fun of too. I was like, but what you don't understand is that he's got this uber confidence that's so outrageous because he never had any of it. So now it's like overdrive. And the thing is that when you're on overdrive, you're everyone likes the dancing with Joker when he becomes Joker, who he was meant to become or whatever, right? In that pretentious 2-hour nonsense. And then they followed it up with more pretentious 2-hour nonsense. Okay.
Even worse.
But I like Lady Gaga, but anyways.
I like how J-Man says 2 words and you know that he either hated it or he loved it.
Right.
There you go. You don't need to say
well,
J-Man.
very concise. So that's why I was doing my 1-minute reviews on that. Yeah, I kind of like Spider-Man 3, but the Sandman killing the Ben or whatever, that was outrageously, horrendously shit. That's your Scream 3 rule where they say the trilogy rule, something from the first one has to come back. I know, Blake, I saw your Scream thing.
That's literally what I think of when you guys were bringing up all the Uncle Ben stuff. I think of Scream 3, and that's actually my excuse for it. I'm like, okay, well, Scream 3 said this, so they're doing that.
Yep, it is. That is the thing.
That's like Joker killing
Batman's parents.
In the first.
It's outrageous and stupid. Like, how old is Joker? Like the guy's like 20 years older. It's like. How old is Michael Keaton versus him? Like, I mean, Jack Nicholson would have been 70 or something. Okay. All right, we're all right. We're getting close to closing time. So let's go, Steve. Spider-Man 3. What's your thoughts?
Madam Web.
Are you effing kidding me? I can't do that. I won't be able to sleep tonight.
I hate this movie.
My goodness.
Hate this movie. The bully McGuire. This movie is known for the
went first. You should have went first.
Yeah. After I just praised how great this movie is.
Okay, hold on.
Over your take, Blake.
Madam Web.
No.
Madam Web.
Here's the thing, right? Everything that Blake said is the reason why I hate it. Everything that Steven said is the reason why I'm gonna have the shortest kind of like time to speak because they said everything, right? The Uncle Ben stuff, the fact that there's 2 villains in it. Tobey Maguire and the what is it? I guess emo Maguire, bully Maguire. I hated that. I was in the theater watching it, but I'll just leave it at this. One of my good buddies from high school took me to see it for my birthday, and I guess he heard me groaning as I'm watching it. He turns to me and goes, "I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna take you out for beers after because."
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Terrible. And it wasn't just me. There was a dude in a Spider-Man shirt. He left halfway through the film.
So my goodness, this is crazy. Okay, so hold on a second. All right, I'm giving you the Van Damme.
You want some advice? Take your fancy clothes and your black silk underwear, and go back to Disneyland.
My black symbiote silk underwear.
Hey, that shit's comfy, all right?
Okay. I can't put it in Madam Web because Bruce Campbell's in it. That's one of the rules of the channel. The BC and Steven knows it. Steven knows this rule. How long have we known each other, buddy? 27 years or something?
Yeah, it's 27 years now.
27 years. The BC rule was in place. What was the first thing I said to you? Have you seen Army of Darkness? That's the first damn thing. And my buddy Steven down there bought me the Army of Darkness statue, which is not a statue. It's the entire poster in a 3-dimensional statue. I can't even lift it up. It's massive.
Yep.
And at first thing we met, I was like, hey, I like movies. Like, you don't like anything. First, before we even start talking, do you like Army of Darkness? It's like, yes or no. If it's a no, you watch it. And if you don't like it, I'm never speaking to you again. If you do like it, because if my person, even though Conan's my favorite movie and the best movie, if I have to symbolize who I am, it's Army of Darkness. That is who I am if I became a film, I would become Army of Darkness. The American cut. Yeah, the American cut with the Hail to the King ending,
Pretty groovy.
pretty groovy. So Bruce Campbell's it. It cannot go into. It's not possible. Like I can't do it. I won't be able to sleep tonight. I won't be. I can't put it that low. So all of us, okay, John, what do you say? Because John, you're going to be a pivotal factor here. It's either going to stay at Spectacular, or it could go down to Web Up because your friend underneath you, and he's your friend. He's not mine anymore. Put it all the way down to the bottom. He's your friend now. You can have him. You can. So John, what do you think about Spider-Man 3?
Listen, if you know me, you know that I love bad movies, and I should hate this movie, but I love Spider-Man 3. It's awesome.
Oh,
I mean, does it have its issues? Yes, it's long, it's pretentious. There's so much crap going on in it. There's so much stuff in it. At one point I was like, why is this happening? But at the end of the day, we had Peter Parker doing,
let's go.
And you know what?
That's
Listen,
peak.
do you know what that reminded me of? It reminded me of Bad Superman and Superman 3. And I was like, when things remind me of other things I love the best, that's an upgrade right there. But you gotta. And the ending is so bittersweet. I mean, because I have feelings, so it's like I'm not going to spend a lot of time because we're running out of time. But
We're running out of time,
it's spectacular. It's bad, yes, but it's good bad. It's like it's bad Spider-Man, but there's so much more to love than not to love. So.
Okay, all right, we're gonna leave it in spectacular because Steve, Steve, I'm sorry, we can't. You've been outvoted.
I'm the outlier.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm. You know what? I'm actually.
I'm for life.
What I love
the Punisher on that one, man. He's one.
Yeah, I love that you're super. Like, I love that I'm not the most negative person. Because Sean's first of all, Sean's not here. So
dude.
Right.
Amen.
If Sean was here, this entire map would look different. This entire thing, it's like everything would be under
far from home.
Yeah, I think. Well, Sean would put these two at the top. Okay.
Yeah.
Steve didn't see Brand New Day, but he knows all the spoilers, so it doesn't matter. Brand New Day. I'm going to go ahead and put it to the top. This movie is 140 minutes long, and there's 100 minutes of the beginning, which I thought was fucking awesome. Like, I was sitting there thinking, I can't believe how much Spider-Man action there is and how good the action is shot. And the costume is fire. It's either equal to and or better than TASM 2. I think it's better, in my opinion. I don't know why. The webbings don't look as three-dimensional, so it seems to fit better, if that makes any sense. The webs look a little bit three-dimensional, like they're puffy in that TASM and even Toby's. They feels like there's grooves that like you can like touch them, right? So I kind of like this version better. This is the best Tom Holland performance. This is the best Zendaya performance of any of her movies, and I've seen a few of them, but she's the best in this one. It's the best Ned, if you want to go with him. I like PG Punisher. I think I did not like, John and I, we're not going to rehash this argument, but I did not like One Shot or whatever that dumb thing was. One last kill. Okay, so whatever that shit was. This is the real, we got Punisher, and I know he's PG Punisher, but I thought he was the real Punisher in this because he had the costume and he was acting like Punisher and doing Punisher things like shooting people, not walking around in hoodies. It's like he did Punisher things. I like Savage Hulk. We got him back. Smart Hulk stinks. No one likes Smart Hulk. Like, sorry, Peter David, you're the best. R.I.P. Peter David, but Smart Hulk sucks. Steve knows Smart Hulk sucks. He sucks. It's facts. So all that's in there. Then came the villain, and I was like, I have a Jean Grey tattoo. So she is also one of my favorite characters. I was like, why is this happening right now? I was like, oh, maybe it's Madeline Pryor. Somebody said Madeline Pryor. Headcase in a previous stream said maybe it's Madeline Pryor, and that would be good, except nobody reads comics and knows what Madeline Pryor is, except the X-Men 97 people. So I'm like, why are they doing this? Like, why can't they use Emma Frost? Or why couldn't they have used a Spider-Man villain? And then I realized that Spider-Man has the worst rogues gallery in comics, so they couldn't pick a Spider-Man villain. There was just no Spider-Man villain available to choose. Now, does the movie get deal broken? I almost sat there. I thought the deal's off. This is done. I'm done. I'm putting this to Madam Web. Like this is a big time super disaster bad choice. The choice of Sadie Sink, who I've never seen before. I don't watch kiddie shows like Stranger Things.
Wow.
It's a kiddie show. I watched the first season; it was fine, and then it was done. And there's like kids running around. I don't care about.
That's
I don't care
crazy
about
as
this.
a horror fan. It's a good show.
Really? Maybe I'll try give it another.
Give it.
I'll give it another go.
It's good.
But I saw Sadie Sink. I thought, oh, I like this girl. Firstly, she's redhead. She looks good for Jean Grey. No one's beaten Sophie because it's Sophie, but I like this girl as Jean Grey. And I was like, cool, maybe she'll come in and do something. And it's like, and then I thought maybe Jean Grey is being controlled by Sinister or something's going on that we don't know about, because Jean Grey is the nicest person ever until she becomes Dark Phoenix, which is why it's so crazy that she is Dark Phoenix. But if she's already kind of a bad guy, then what are we talking about here? So it's like they ruin one character to have it as a villain. So to go back to, I'm going to leave it in Amazing anyways. The reason I'm leaving it in Amazing anyways is because hero rule, Christopher Reeve rule. This was the first time where I thought Tom Holland, he's making shit. He's making the web shooters. I like that he's proactively going out as Spider-Man, doing stuff, talking to the cops. The crowd loves him. The action is filmed like so good in this one. I don't know what, I think the guy who directed the last ones, I don't know what he was doing except for the third act, the Spider-Man thing, but this one's like way better looking. I don't know why. I liked Zendaya. I cared about the relationship, which I did not give 1-2 pieces of monkey shit and throughout the rest of the series with them. I only cared about it in this one. So all of the good outweighs the bad, but it does have that thing at that, oh, she wasn't really a villain. I'm like, so then who's the villain? The guy from Severance or whatever? I'm like, Mr. Milchek or whatever. It's like is the damage control guy, right? That's Mr. Milchek. Oh, Steven hasn't seen it yet. It's Mr. Milchek.
I've seen it. It's Mr. Milchek.
It's Milchek. I was like, Mr. Milchek. I'm like, oh, he's the villain in this? Or, well, he's also kind of not the villain because what is happening here? Like, just like, okay, I don't know. But all of the Tom Holland parts were just stellar. Like, when the theater, you talk about gasping, and I won't give every detail away because Steven doesn't know every little detail, but the theater gasped when the part in the roof where Tom Holland was talking to Zendaya. Now, I've seen more than one movie, so I didn't gasp because I figured out immediately what was going on. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, right? But they were like, oh, it was still done well, even though I saw that coming like a mile away. I like the interactions with Punisher, where he's like, okay, you know, the dialogue with the two of them is super funny. It's like, I saved you. He's like, no, you didn't do shit. Oh, I did. And it's like, sounds like I saved you. And it's like asking Mary Jane, or sorry, Michelle, what's her name? Michelle Jones. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. That you know what? That's
Watson.
Sure. You see, Watson. Look, that's dumbassery. I mean, actually, just put it to Madam Web just for stupid shit like that. It's so stupid. Anyways, I really should just to, you know. But anyways. But that was, they turned to her, what do you think? Do you think I saved it? I was like, what are you talking about? It's like, she's completely out of her mind. Punisher's base was awesome. It had so many booby traps. Like, I mean, who is he protecting it from? Like, it's like anyone going to his base is going to get obliterated. you're like, but it's Punisher. He's crazy, right? So I thought that was great. I love when he's all talking normal and then she sees the pictures of the family. He's like, oh, what's this? He's like, don't touch that. Right. He's like, kind of like, oh shit, he got back to serious. And I thought her playfulness with him was very cute, where it's like, he goes, I only got one rule. She's like, so you have 3 rules. I thought that was actually really funny. So I liked all the good guy parts. Sadie Sink is fine as the fake Jean Grey or whatever she was playing. You know, we'll see what happens with her. In my opinion, they messed with Jean Grey, who's one of my favorites, to have her set up an X-Men movie, which is like 3 or 4 years down the line. Samara Weaving is going to be 47 by the time that X-Men movie comes out. So hopefully she keeps in shape. You know, she's perfect casting, but she'll be wearing pants. I can guarantee. Everyone's posting Samara Weaving pictures and then Emma Frost pictures. I'm like, she is not going to wear that.
Nope.
In the thing, she'll be wearing pants and an overcoat. I'm putting it in Amazing. Steven, you didn't see it.
Nope.
I'll leave Blake for the end because this is the last thing we're going to done. So really quickly, like 1 to 2 minutes max. John, where do you want it?
Well, I already said it during the one on Tuesday. I mean, what else
Yes,
can
but
I
say it for
say?
everybody here.
Yeah,
You
well,
want it on, you
sorry
want
for
it in the
everybody.
top.
Sorry for everybody in the comment section, but I'd also have to point out that I don't give a shit what other people think. So it's my favorite. So, and I back it up. You can read my review. You can comment. You can come on my show. We'll debate it. But this is my favorite Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, so you're
It's
putting it at the top.
Yep, it's
Yeah.
the ultimate hero arc. I mean, in terms of what they did with Jean Grey, I get it. I'm one of those guys that's like, you know what? I like it. I dug it. I mean, and everybody. It's not like everybody in the world knows it was Jean Grey doing all this bad shit, but she was messed up. It's okay, and then you can redeem yourself and be part of the X-Men down the road. It's like, and it gave an interesting antagonist for Peter Parker to fight. And then at the end, complain about it than them switching and having damage control. I was like, I thought that was a cop out. So I mean, it wasn't a perfect movie for me, but I mean, The Punisher. I'm a big fan. I love. Everybody knows that the Punisher is in Spider-Man comics. They have history together, and it was like a retro buddy
First
movie with
appearance.
them two together. I love. They need to make a movie just by themselves. Him fight. If you asked 10-year-old me that the Hulk would be fighting Punisher and Spider-Man in a live action movie, I would have said you're crazy. But here we are. When that was happening, I was smiling from ear to ear. My 10-year-old inner child was screaming. I can't say enough good things about this movie. And his arc and the scene that you're talking about on the roof and the scene where she finds the letter.
Oh, that was very well done. Good job.
And it was so
Good
emotional, and you felt so much for Peter. And then at the same time, I didn't know MJ and Punisher interacting. I didn't know I needed that, but now I do. That's so. In a nutshell, you can read my review and go back to the Tuesday one where I said more about it. But that's my thoughts.
Right. Okay. Steve, where are you putting it? Now I know your thing, so I know it ain't going to stay there. But what do you think, Steve?
It's web of. We've talked about it. I said it's mid.
Yeah.
It's a mid Spidey for me. So and the reason for that is greatest rogues gallery and no rogues. Everyone's
It's brutal.
punchline, right? And so for me, I don't like what they did with Jean Grey, but I argued, and you can back it up by looking at what I said on previous streams. As a film, it works. As a movie, you walk into it, you don't know anything. Kind of like when Blake didn't know about Mysterio.
Yeah.
It all works. But if you have any prior knowledge and it means anything to you, then there's a lot of stuff that doesn't work for me and is problematic. And I like Hulk. I'm glad Savage Hulk is back. But again, I'm just tired of him being a pawn in every one of these movies. He's a punching.
I know it's the only way they can. That is the fault of many lawyers. It's not the fault of the character of Hulk. They just can't work this out with this character. They don't. Nobody. I don't know who. Maybe I own the rights. Maybe we all own the rights. I don't know who owns the rights anymore. It's a mess. It's a mess on that character. It's not anyone's fault, but the powers be. It's like you can't. They cannot use that character solo, so they shoehorn him. And the only way you can shoehorn him is if he turns into Hulk to do damage. Yeah. And unfortunately, he's the butt of a lot of that. I know it sucks because Hulk's a great character.
Great character.
But he just got shafted. So you're at Web of. I agree with like everything you're saying, but the thing with the first two Spider-Mans is that you also got the world of Spider-Man, which is the Bugle, J. Jonah Jameson, the taking the pictures. You got your Aunt May, you got Mary Jane, kind of growing up. Like all of the world of Spider-Man got realized in the three Sam Raimis. It's not just the characters; you got the entire comic world of it. Mm-hmm. Whereas because Tom Holland started in a bad spot, he started as an appearance character in MCU, so he didn't have his own movies to begin with. He's continuing on from the legacy of whatever. This is the first time where he's kind of on his own, and I thought it was very neat. So it's not a copy of anything, and it's not the world of Spider-Man, because unfortunately the world of Spider-Man got eaten away through all these other endless movies where they didn't do anything with the character, so you're stuck with him the way he is. So if we're stuck with him the way he is, I thought he was really good in where he was.
And I loved Holland as usual. Like I love him in these movies. I love the fact that they have him going to the dry clean, like whatever the coin change. Just watch.
Oh, beautiful! That's hilarious.
And Steven, you'll probably know this is kind of a deep cut. There was an issue where he did that, but he put bleach in his
Yes.
suit, and
Yep.
he had to swing around with a pink and light blue suit.
Oh, I
So
love it. That's
all
the
those
best.
kind of things, like there were a lot, like Gene DeWolf, great kind of callback, deep cuts. But
Right.
again, it's just like how they did Gene, how they're setting up X-Men, Hulk, no villain. That to
Right.
me,
It's a bit weird.
Yeah.
If not,
I do want to point out there's technically a lot of Spider-Man villains. They just don't do anything. Boomerang, Tarantula, Tombstone. I'm just joking. There's a lot.
Ramrod, who's like a completely like obscure villain. He's the one that smashes in with his head. Scorpion with mask.
Scorpion without a helmet.
I love Scorpion.
Scorpion's one of my favorites. I enjoy when Spider-Man murders him by throwing him into a car and breaking his head or because he has no helmet on. But anyways, he's
before you go to Blake though. I'm with John. I would pay money to see Punisher Spider-Man team up.
Yeah. I really liked their interactions. I thought it was very funny, and he webs his mouth. That was funny.
You can tell that they're buds. You can tell that they're longtime buds.
Yeah, I think that helps a lot. All right, Blake.
They helped each other get the roles. They helped each other get the roles.
Yes.
They did each other's audition picks. Yeah.
All right, Blake, final thing. And guys, we're not going to have time to go through all the BS. We're all on YouTube. The links are in this video. We all stream. Check out everyone's thing. I'm going to put the links up while Blake is talking again, just so you guys, if you're watching on my channel, then you can go to those links and subscribe to all these guys. Blake, you and I did not discuss this in any way, shape, or form. I actually avoided watching any of your Spider-Man videos just because I wasn't sure what you're going to say.
Yeah.
I have no idea where you're going to go on this one. What are your thoughts?
I
did watch your video, but I know.
I know you saw the first one.
I saw, yeah.
So right off the bat, it's amazing. We'll skip to that point, and I'll give all the reasons why. Everything you said, the suit is incredible. This is easily Tom Holland's best performance as Peter Parker and Spider-Man. It's a more mature, grounded version of his character. He's off on his own. He really is Spider-Man now, and you feel that in this movie through and through. I agree with what you said, J-Man. I think this is Zendaya's best performance easily as MJ, and you actually care about the relationship a lot more in this one, which is funny because they're not really even technically together, but their chemistry, even the flirting scenes of like her laying on the bed while Spider-Man is working the gadgets and they're chatting, felt like the most flirtatious like chemistry connection they've ever had compared to any of the other movies. I think, all the fights and action sequences are incredible. It feels very comic booky. It's not just the suit. It's the world. New York City feels like a character again, and the colors of New York City look way better than they typically do in the MCU. Usually MCU comes off a little bit more gray paleted. This time it feels like there's a little bit more color and it's more vibrant, which I like. Ned is good as well. I think if you skip ahead with the finale and stuff like that, I thought it was such a powerful way to end it. Them doing their iconic handshake that they've always done, and the muscle.
I want to say the ending is 10 out of 10. I absolutely loved
powerful.
it. Yeah, that was awesome.
I love the twist of and I thought at first I didn't like it. I was like sitting there. I was like, this is so lazy. When she kissed him on the bridge, I'm like, they're not doing that.
Come on, Blake, come on, buddy. You've seen movies before.
I'm like,
right?
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. I didn't believe it. I was like, you
didn't see that coming?
So here's the thing. So I want to get into all the Jean Grey stuff and all that. Yeah. And there's a lot to talk there. I like to dumb myself down as much as possible when I watch movies, to the point where I do this with Scream and this and that. I don't like to be the person. I usually avoid trailers and all that. I knew not Jean Grey. I knew Sadie Sink was going to be in this movie. I knew The Punisher was going to be in the movie. Whatever. Yeah. But I like to go face value and almost block out any pre-knowledge I might have known as much as possible and just take the story as is. Mm-hmm. I love the crux of the story. What the crux of the story is, this was Tom Holland's Spider-Man 2. This was the parallels of Tobey Maguire wrestling with his anxiety, his depression, and things he's going through in life, his struggles, and saying, I can't be Peter Parker anymore. I can't be Spider-Man anymore. I want to be Peter Parker. This was the parallel, the flip side, where Tom Holland's like, I can't be Peter Parker anymore. I need to be Spider-Man only. So it's like the opposite, and the beautiful synergy of this movie, just like in Spider-Man 2, was I'm both. I can be both. I have to be both.
I
And
like
when
that.
at the end when I'm both scene gave me chills.
Amazing,
Best scene
amazing, and an amazing fight sequence against the hand and the organic web powers that take over, and he really becomes that, and he becomes on a different
So good.
level. I love
So
all
good.
of that. So yeah, I think there's just so much to grab onto in this movie. The Incredible Hulk is finally, like you said, a savage again. I think the Punisher and Spider-Man might already be one of the best duos in the entire MCU. They were that good. Their chemistry is incredible. Like you guys said, Frank Castle, even though he's not rated R anymore, he still feels like Frank Castle. And that was the worry. Like, how are you going to put Frank Castle as the Punisher, especially John Berthal? He's been so explicit in all his previous works, and he still feels like the Punisher. It doesn't feel like you take away from his character. I love that. So we build into, again, I mentioned the kiss thing, where I'm watching it, I'm dumbing myself down so much watching these movies where I'm just enjoying the story aspect of the struggle that Peter Parker's going through, that I was even shocked that the Punisher showed up. Even though I knew he's going to be in this movie for 2 years, I'm going along the ride. When he got hit by the car, I forgot he was even in the trailer, and I'm like, oh yeah, it was like a pleasant surprise. Same thing with Mark Ruffalo. Oh, right, the Hulk's in this. So when the mystery of who the killer was, I wasn't even computing that it was Jean Grey. And when she is talking to her and she's holding her, I'm looking at Zendaya's face before she even says anything. I'm like, oh no, this is her. And she says, hold her tight, Peter. Hold her tight. I'm like, oh, that's effed up. That's so messed up.
Good,
and Zendaya's performance in that scene, she starts slowly walking backwards.
Yeah, that was
she
great.
Felt like a demon. Like she felt like a problem. And I was like, oh, this is twisted. And that's what leads into us finally learning Sadie Sink. I love Sadie Sink. She's great in Fear Street. I don't know if you've seen the Fear Street trilogy, J-Man.
No.
But she's in it's a Fear Street trilogy. It's a slasher trilogy. The second movie she's in, and that's the best one. She's great in that. And Stranger Things, definitely got to give it a rewatch. I didn't love it the first time I watched it a couple years ago, but I rewatched the entire show because the show just ended, and I rewatched it in preparation for that. Her character is my favorite female character in the show. She is an amazing actress. I love her character as Max. She has some of the best moments in the entire show. So I love her as an actress. I think she's going to be incredible for the future of the MCU. I get some of your gripes or this and that, but I think story-wise, it makes sense. It makes sense because she's going through the same pain and struggle that Tom Holland is with Aunt May and all the things that he's battling, and she is... You say, oh, she's the nicest person in the world. She would never do that. Well, if you find out your sister is missing and you need to go and find her, and then you find out she dies, I probably wouldn't be too nice either, right? So, and she's super powered, and she's a young character, and she's still learning, right? And she's, I don't know what the exact age of what her character is, but I believe she's a teenager in this. The fact
I don't remember what they said. If they
not
said
sure,
anything at all,
but she's young. And she has plenty of time to grow, learn, etc. And this whole story was the synergy of Tom going through his struggles, going through everything he's going through, and learning and giving that lesson to her. I believe Tom Holland still, even though she got stronger in the end, still had the ability to not let her go in his mind, but he let her in because he saw how broken she was and said, I want you to feel what I'm feeling too, because I am in the same situation as you. And that's why he told her, you can't do this alone. And she says, but I have no one. And he goes, but you have me. Powerful, powerful stuff. Then he takes the bullet for her. Another powerful scene. I know I'm rambling, so I'll try to speed it along. We go to the Frank Castle stuff. Frank Castle is, emotional that he almost killed the nicest guy, the one of the most good people that he's ever met. Because Frank Castle always looked at people in such a negative way, and he's like, man, I almost killed this guy. And Sadie Sink's Jean Grey does redeem herself in that moment by giving the power to give him breath in his lungs just long enough so his Spidey powers can heal him eventually. To cap it off where he walks out, Punisher's going, oh, with the Spidey.
That was funny.
Incredible. And Peter Parker's out in the crowd. They're all going Spidey. A little kid does the web thing to him, and he does it back. That's just a perfect Spidey moment, and we lead it off with the Ned handshake. This movie's amazing.
I think as a movie, so we're going to conclude. This is what we've got. It seems pretty fair to me. We can debate it another time if we want to do another kind of Spider-Man ism kind of stream. But yeah, I think as a movie, Brand New Day, everything works, which is why it's doing so well. And also, there's a lot of I'll remove that, and there's a lot of appreciation for it because it is a very good movie on its own terms as just a movie to watch and have fun with. And there's a lot of fun parts, and there's a lot of Spider-Man parts, and a lot of Spider-Man in the mask parts, including even meeting with Black Widow, where he still has the mask on, even though he's like in a swimming pool, which I find very funny. So all that stuff really works for people, and I don't think that majority of people are going to have the problems that we comic book guys are having with the use of another character who's from another franchise. Like the X office and the Spider-Man office are the two big offices, and they usually, it's very tough to merge them in comics. Like anytime you want to use Wolverine in your comic, you better clear it with 100 people and whatever, to where it's like, oh, let's just throw the Jean Grey. And it's like, but you could have used anybody, and you could have still had the same thing. So provided that the movie closes it off, it's okay. The problem, it'll be almost like a backtrack problem, because once they do an X-Men movie, why do you fear the mutants? Well, I don't know. That girl did a lot of damage. That's going to come out. They're going to know that it was a mutant. They're going to know it's her. Someone's going to leak that damage control, or someone that works there is going to leak that. And the problem is that now it makes your thing against X-Men less valid, because you're just like, well, yeah, the mutants are just like us. They're good people. There's good people and bad people, just like mutants. Yeah, but this one's an X-Man who are the good guys, and she did all this stuff. Well, she's good now. Well, tell that to the construction worker who walked down and got hit by a car. It's like, what the hell was that? So it's like, within the movie, it's fine because there's no ramifications of anything yet. But in the X-Men movie, it's going to taint it. The only reason I'm not really that tense, and the only reason I still gave it amazing, is because I've learned that we're never going to have a good X-Men movie. I've decided to just pretend that X-Men is just my comics that I like, because we're never going to have a real X-Men movie. And if we did an X-Men tier ranking, there'd be one or two that are kind of okay, and the rest of them would be in the meh. If you count Deadpool, I put those in the top, and the rest are all meh. So that's why I already know that X-Men's going to suck. So I don't care if Jean Grey's ruined. So just use her in this movie, no problem. Because everything works as a movie. It's already dead to me. The X-Men's already dead. So it doesn't matter. It's okay, sure, it's Jean Grey, whatever. Why don't we make Professor X the villain? That's cool. Maybe he could be a serial killer. That'd be fun. It's I don't know. They're dead to me. But all the Spider-Man parts, Punisher, Hulk, Zendaya, Ned, the ending is good. Everything you said is even in the movie, the stuff with Jean Grey's fine. It makes sense while you're watching a movie. You're like, yeah, that makes sense. I can tell you, my wife is going to be like, oh, that was awesome. She's not going to be like, oh, I don't think that Jean Grey. She's not going to think that. But it's so weird because it's just one thing that could just make it someone else. That's it. And then Spider-Man 2 is bulletproof. Right? RR has problems with the plots, but Spider-Man 2 is bulletproof. It's Doc Ock. Yeah, shit, he's walking around. It's that Spider-Man. There's no irks. And Spider-Man 1, the irk is just the costume. Why does he have why can't he have the hood and the purple tattered? He had it in the last one. So it's just a small, you're ugh. Spider-Man 3 has a lot of problems, right? This one, I mean, out of the 140 minutes, there's 25 minutes, which is bloody 10 out of 10. Everything, talking to the people when they were trying to solve, because I didn't know who the villain was going to be. When they're trying to solve who this person is, I was really into it. I was like, holy shit, who is this? And then I started thinking what the hell villain could this possibly be? I'm like, oh, and I was like, is it Negative Man? No, how does Negative Man work? And I was sitting there in the theater. I was like, I was engrossed. This was friggin' Columbo, or not Columbo. You know who the killer is, and that it's Jessica Fletcher or something. It's Murder, She Wrote. I was like, who's the villain, right? And it was it's Jean Grey. I'm like, oh, it's Jean Grey. Wait, that's weird. It's Jean Grey. And then the next 5 minutes, I lost the movie. I'm like, wait, it's Jean Grey. What the hell? I'm like, that's weird. Oh, maybe she's being controlled by someone. I was like, oh, she's being controlled by someone. Oh, okay. So who's the real villain? It's no, it's Jean Grey. I'm like, the movie's over. I'm like, at the end credits, someone's going to come out and say I was real, but no, it's Jean Grey. I'm like, that's stupid. That's how I felt, but I still put it in amazing. It's the third best. Do we think it's the third best? You think it's the best Spider-Man movie, right, John?
Sorry.
It can't be better than part
That's
two.
hard. Sorry, that's hard.
Better than part two? Better than Spider-Man 2 with Tobey?
Yeah.
That's a tough. That's high.
I
That's
don't
high
give a
praise.
shit. I'll defend it till I
J-Man,
die.
it's got Punisher in it, man, and Punisher's
Oh, I
cool.
forgot about that.
It makes
Yeah,
sense.
I forgot about that.
And that's what
Totally.
everybody comes at me with. Oh, the Punisher's in it. John's gonna like it otherwise.
No,
Yes, that's right. And I'm going to use.
But John, it's possible
But
they
I'm
could
just-
have done it badly, and they would have made it worse.
That's
If
true.
the Punisher wasn't in this movie, I still would have
Oh yeah,
thought this was my favorite one. And besides, I think you and I can be friends if you want to. So
Yeah.
aside from your
No, I'm
thoughts on
taking him back. See, look, I'm putting him back next to me, so he's back over. He's back over here.
I was talking about Blake.
Oh, you
Oh,
like
you
Blake?
cut out. What'd you say?
There, you can go in the bottom. You
I
guys
said-
can go in the bottom.
Oh, sorry. I said besides your thoughts on Homecoming, you and I could be friends. So it's like, 'cause, like, every time it's like, Blake,
It's a brand new
and it's
day
like
for us. What can we say?
he's the
Yeah.
There you
he's
go.
the new generation. It's like, and he
Yeah.
agrees with me. I'm the old generation, and I'm a comic book reader, and I still thought it was okay.
I think everyone. I think this movie deserves. I'm really happy. I'll end with this, and we'll say goodnight. I'm really happy this movie is doing so well because I'm tired of the superhero fatigue fake story argument. I'm tired of the super fake argument of a post-COVID, nobody watches movies except for everybody on Earth.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, stop saying these fake arguments. And you know what? Guess what? Did Spider-Man murder anybody in cold blood? How come he didn't just murder Sadie? Right? Like, why didn't he? Because he's a hero. He tries to save her. And not only does he try to save her, he tries to save her through kindness, which he doesn't save her through doing some super or some Spider-Man-ism things. He saves her through his own kindness and allowing her. He does allow her, Blake. It's I mean, you can interpret, but it is that. He obviously allows her. He allows her to come in. So he saves her through heart. He doesn't literally stab her in the throat like friggin' Supergirl. So it's like, so people walked out of Spider-Man and they're happy.
Yeah.
And they're like, I want to buy a Spider-Man toy.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and buy a shirt or something, right? You went and bought a shirt. Some people are like, I'm going to go online and buy a ticket for next week. I'm going to tell my friends, hey, did you see that Spider-Man? That was good. I'm going to buy some toys. I'm going to go play some old video games of Spider-Man. I'm going to drive down, maybe grab a couple of comics, see what comics are out there. I'm going to go on Amazon. What happened after Supergirl was like, I can't believe I just paid money for this and this sucks. Oh, it's just superhero fatigue, guys. Nobody likes superhero movies. $1 billion in 5 days. $1 billion.
Halloween is what, 3 months away?
Mm-hmm.
See how many Spider-Men show up at your door.
Everybody. We already had Spider-Mans even before that.
I know, but think about it now.
Oh, it's going to be everybody.
You had adults go to the theater as
I had
Spider-Man.
one sitting next to me, fully dressed up as
Right?
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody cosplaying as Kal-El or Bruce Wayne that I remember.
I'm going as the Punisher. Shock.
My poor Superman. What will I do? I'm never going to have a good Superman ever.
Well, I kept it. I kept it
I'll have to
short
live through
because
Spider-Man.
we were running long. You guys went on for. I was like,
Sorry, we're too long. Guys, thanks for watching. This is a great stream. Thanks to everybody here. Bye. We'll see you tomorrow for Fantastic Four. Oh my God, it's awesome tomorrow. John Byrne, man, it's kick-ass shit tomorrow. Bye.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.